So just join me on this right here. My alt account. So if you want to add that to your friends list and then just join me. We're actually underway. The stealth coming out from both sides and officially underway for this matchup. First round for SOT could be a redemption arc for PMA. Even a much larger hill to climb today. We'll see if PMA can knock SOT and maybe get back into this group stage matches for SOT. Of course, they just need a win over PMA to kind of at least get a bit more momentum. And SOT charging right in the middle. PMA almost revealed. And there we go. Both teams collapsing into each other. First bubble coming out from PMA. Does nothing much. And then a bit of focus there. Able to actually remove quickly. Spellbreaker able to kite out of that. Another bubble coming out.
PMA bubble coming out here. And SOT is kind of kiting out of it. Actually, one player getting caught here and might die. It's Chronomancer. He does survive for the time being. He needs some sustain though.
There's more focus actually on that Chronomancer. PMA, of course, trying to get that kill over there. And trying to engage that. Nothing coming out of that, though, unfortunately. And now both kills kind of a little bit spread out. But PMA's Soul Beast will find themselves cleaved out. And SOT takes the win here.
SOT actually holding on to the bubble for such a long time. And they managed to find a good spike after killing the Soul Beast and punishing PMA for trying to hand rest the Soul Beast. Win goes to SOT.
Yeah, very good kiting out of there. I mean, the PMA Spellbreaker as well, like almost got kited out or almost got like focused as well. Of course, very smart of SOT to quickly focus a different target. Of course, as soon as the Spellbreaker was able to kind of get some revives, some heals in, and of course, Spellbreaker, a very heavy class to actually target down SOT. Like you said, very much careful with their bubble placements.
I wouldn't actually recommend holding your bubble for that long. Like, there's actually a good chance if you hold them for that long, you're going to be falling behind very quickly.
True. Yeah, the thing is also because you also have the cooldown, right? The cooldown on your bubble, and you don't want to hold it and then only get to use it once in a matchup versus a team who can maybe hold it and then use it twice in the matchup.
Yeah, especially if the match goes very long, and this is something you would definitely see in higher tier matches as well. Those rounds can sometimes go for 3-4 minutes. If you have like a very long round, and there will definitely be multiple bubble casts in a round like that. So I want to keep that on cooldown if you can, and if the situation is suited.
Both teams getting ready for their second round right here. See what comes out of that.
Interesting to see, actually, PMA is giving their Venom stacks at the start to their Scourge and Reaper. Presumably they want to go for like a good opening spike and get the emops and stun down immediately on the enemy with well spike. Let's see if they can make it work here.
Yep, and then the next round underway. We'll see if anything comes out of this.
Venom and Emob Venom is of course very strong in current meta.
Game actually getting revealed over there, and then will they actually manage to go for another restart? Yes, they do. And it actually just get revealed again by the Spellbreak over here from SOT. SOT actually finding their mark and going to push through. And SOT finally engaging the fight here against PMA. Bubble coming out over there, and not much they're able to kite out of that. A little bit too much pressure over there. They're a bit more split up, and PMA might be punished for that a little bit.
SOT actually trying to regroup, but they lost the Spellbreaker on the engage here, now trying to kite out. I'm not sure if they actually should try kite out, but PMA now going for the second push. Will they have another bubble available? I don't think they do. So they're just trying to spike it out. Actually, one player of SOT down on the side, but he got rest up immediately with the gyro stealth. PMA now going for re-engage with PMA.
SOT, and a bubble coming out finally again from SOT. Now, will they be able to do anything? We'll see. PMA's Renegade gets focused, but actually able to get back up into the game, so not much coming out of there. And the Renegade of SOT themselves will actually get spiked and actually killed. PMA now taking control of this matchup completely.
SOT now completely cracking multiple downstates, and PMA will take this round. It's 1-1, guys. We have a GVG on the board.
Now that is dedication for both guilds. Now, you know, they both really know how important this game is. For PMA, of course, even more so, because they're already on 2 losses down. SOT is only on 1 loss down. SOT could make a comeback, and that also depends on if DT loses another game to WHOP, right? So if they can knock that out, SOT could maybe make the second team to advance to the group stage, whereas PMA here, I mean, they have a much harder hill to climb, and both teams, of course, know only one of them can advance into the regional finals after this game.
Already such a decisive match, and so much pressure on both of these teams, I can imagine.
Right, we're almost underway now. Third round of the tournament, 1-1. Very interesting. We might see a bit more of this back and forth, of course. SOT very confidently taking the first round, but then second round actually not off to a good start, losing a Spellbreaker, and then trying to fire off PMA's Renegade, and of course their own Renegade gets caught up, killed, cleaved out, and then multiple downs coming down from SOT. PMA able to actually fully much reform during their brief split from the group. Of course, that bubble coming from SOT tried to do something, but PMA actually were able to hold themselves and not crack under pressure, and then come back in this round. Come back into the
SOT
game.
actually had a very good reveal on PMA, so they knew exactly where they were. They had the engage, but maybe a little bit overconfident on the engage. Maybe overextending a little bit and losing some pressure as a result instead of taking advantage of the engage.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was early on. Two reveals coming out, right? The first one and then the second one. So unfortunately, that Spellbreaker, maybe a little too excited, gets caught up and gets killed by PMA immediately as the round starts. So yeah, SOT on the engage already loses the Spellbreaker, and that is obviously not what you want to see.
Okay, and I believe we will start in about 5 seconds from now.
Yeah,
Self-fields being dropped. Round 3, SOT, PMA. SOT revealers again going deep, and they do find the reveals on the south side of the arena. SOT is re-stealthing in the waterfall area. Now taking some gyros as well.
They're going to engage the middle side of the arena, and now both teams actually realizing where they're at, and will collapse into another engagement over here. Both teams actually engaging. No big bubbles coming out just yet.
Spellbreaker might be a little bit caught here, and indeed there's a bubble actually in the pool from SOT. Let's see if they can collapse on the Spellbreaker. He is stuck a little bit, but does manage to get out. Spellbreaker, of course, very hard to kill down. PMA going for a second push here. Still focusing the Spellbreaker. He did get in stealth now, so maybe a little bit of relief of the focus now. PMA with a second bubble, trying to keep up the pressure on SOT, but SOT just kind of gets out quite nicely.
And actually, their Soul Beast of SOT, will they be able to revive that Spellbreaker? That Soul Beast actually down from SOT, and PMA will actually take a kill over here, turning the tide on them in here, and then another down from PMA though, and that's the Scrapper. That's going to be unfortunate if the Scrapper can't live. More focus. The Scrapper does manage to go back up, but will go back down. And is there more focus from SOT here to get this kill and make it 1-1? And it looks like they will actually be able to kill that. So it's very neck and neck over here.
PMA needs to recover, but they keep going down. The Spellbreaker now down again. SOT just kept keeping up the pressure, keeping up the single target focus. One SOT player now down, but I think he will rally from the other's downstate. I think that's a Renegade, or it's a Soul Beast in downstate. And yes, he does rally. Soul Beast dies. PMA now down 2 players and 1 more in downstate. He does get cleaved out now. PMA down 3 players. I think this is going to be it for them. PMA does decide to continue the fight, trying to go for another push. Maybe they have another bubble or well spike ready. They will give it a shot. PMA pushing in 4D kills. Is it going to be enough?
They got to be careful.
No, it's not, and one PMA player does go down on the back.
Focus. But they are trying to get kills. We see multiple targets here. The Scrapper from SOT getting a little focus, but PMA needs to be very careful now. They are being a little too pushy, and they will actually call it over there. PMA losing this round. SOT taking the round over here. Very good back and forth from both teams, but then SOT manages to catch some kills and turn it into their favor.
Bit of desperation from PMA trying to win the fight, even though they were down 3 players, of course. It is worth a try to capitalize, maybe if you have cooldowns ready for getting kills, but after they didn't manage to get kills on their final push and losing another player on the back end of their tail, they called the round.
Yeah. So Art is asking, is stealthing really worth it? Yeah. So I mean, Stealthing is it more or less gives you the chance to have the first opening strike on another team. You can catch them off guard with a stealth, right? Like you can sometimes you'll see guilds, get a chance where they can actually stealth and actually come right behind the enemy guild, and then to catch a guild off guard definitely can make a difference in a GVG. Now, of course, some guilds can react faster to that. So it's basically like it gives you the chance to maybe control a bit of the fight, and then also maybe a chance for some one-shots if you can get it done. So yes, it is worth it.
So, question by Alexina. How do you decide who wins the round? Well, this is a deathmatch setup. So basically the idea is that you fight until everyone on one side is dead, or one side surrenders. And typically one side usually surrenders after they lose 3 or 4 players more than the enemy, because that's essentially in a position from where you cannot win anymore. So they just call GG and then they surrender that round. And that's typically how you decide who wins the fight.
Yeah, pretty much deathmatch. Yeah, so of course, some, like if you lose, for example, some particular classes, of course, stealth going out here. So for example, if you lose a Spellbreaker, you lose a Firebrand, Daredevil, you're losing a lot of DPS. Those classes are not the classes you want to lose in these fights. SOT getting revealed out here in the middle, and they might be a little too much in PMA's direction. And yes, PMA going to engage that and see if they can get anything. PMA putting out a bubble on their end, but does not seem to catch anything.
The bubble's completely wasted.
Scrapper almost got caught, but yes, manages to rally out.
PMA are kind of desperately using their bubbles, but this bubble is also not very useful. Like, they just traded for the first SOT bubble now. SOT has a very big advantage in terms of bubble cooldowns. However, PMA does get a very nice pull onto PMA, and PMA kind of needs to, or SOT needs to kind of regroup before it's too late. Now, one player of SOT did go down, so PMA is actually up 1 player at this point.
Yeah, the Reaper actually from the Scourge coming down from SOT, so that's not going to be that's going to be very unfortunate for them. I'll see if they can rally off of this. PMA, of course, trying to go for another push, and they need to be careful because I believe SOT still has 1 more bubble to use on them, and they could get caught up here if they're a little too confident. Of course, another person I believe goes down from SOT's side.
Yeah, 4 players down actually from SOT. SOT completely collapsing under the pressure of PMA. It's not even single targeting, just
multiple
sheer
downs,
AoE
multiple
pressure.
Burst downs. Wow, that's the Herald, the Soul Beast, the Spellbreaker, multiple downs going down from SOT, and this is a very good back and forth. This is our very first matchup where both guilds could go either way in this game. PMA, desperately trying to stay into this competition, trying to make sure they still have a chance, a fighting chance out of this group stage.
And I believe that the opening PMA actually got a very huge pull on 4 or 5 SOT players, completely splitting up the SOT group. SOT needs to watch their stability rotation, make sure that that part is at least covered, because you cannot get split up just by
PMA.
Like
PMA.
that.
I mean, luckily that engagement won them the round, but you cannot do that against other guilds. I mean, this could work maybe against a guild like SOT or something like that, but you do this against WHOP or XV, and you're going to get punished against such things, right? You cannot allow yourself to be too confident. PMA needs to realize sometimes a little too much of splitting up their forces can cost them. Of course, all it takes is one focus on another player, and it can actually cost them a kill or possibly their own player.
Especially like even something like wasting bubble or just misplacing it can give a definitive advantage to one of these top tier guilds.
Yeah, I actually interesting
in this case not really managing to pull it off.
Still had a bubble, I believe, and did not actually choose to use their last bubble, and that could have maybe helped change that last spike that caught like 4 of their players. So interesting that they didn't end up doing that.
Yeah, possibly. I would be very surprised if they actually held it, or maybe the Spellbreaker just died quite early.
Could have been actually. Actually, one of the kills was a Spellbreaker, so I might explain that. Right, next round going up here, and a very close matchup between these two teams. SOT is going to do the actual initiation here, and they're actually going to start in here and going to get some focus here. Nothing coming out of those bubbles yet to be placed here in the matchup, and the first bubble does come out from SOT. Bubble coming out from PMA to kind of focus something. Nothing coming out of here. PMA, of course, slightly caught up here. Their Chronomancer, a little bit of trouble over there. SOT re-engaged here, ready to take on PMA again.
Very good focus from PMA now, trying to single. Actually, yeah, one player down from SOT, and he does get finished off. There's a Renegade dead from SOT. PMA now with an advantage, going in for the second push, trying to keep the pressure. SOT trying to kite out, get through the spike. I do manage to get through, but one of the players is a little bit stuck behind.
And that's the
See if they get him
Spellbreaker
out. They
going
do
down,
get him out with stealth.
They'll actually be able to get the Spellbreaker back up and won't be able to cost that anything for them. Let's see if they try to go for another focus up. PMA needs to be careful a little bit. They are split up, and there will be a player. The Chronomancer singled out from SOT. Could they actually get the kill on this Chronomancer?
Another Firebrand dead as well for SOT. SOT now down 3 players, and I believe they will call it very soon. Yes, here they collapse. 2 more players down on this push of PMA, and that's going to be the run goes to PMA. Very nice.
Wow, very good.
A very clean round by PMA, I have to say. Like bit of wasted early bubble, but they do manage to reset the fight quite nicely with it.
And now PMA actually
and then
up on
just
the
very
score.
Good single target focus.
3-2. The score is 3-2. This is getting very interesting. PMA might actually take the win in here. We'll see how that goes. It's best of 9s. Best of 9, so yeah. Very interesting playstyle here. PMA, of course, a little messy sometimes on their engagements, and I think that's something they could improve on, but very good comebacks. PMA has shown that they can actually get some good comebacks. Catching SOT off guard twice now in these rounds that PMA has won. SOT has caught multiple downs from their side, and you know, PMA has been able to basically take multiple kills off of SOT. So while SOT's rounds were also impressive, PMA seemed to be slightly a bit more edged out on this.
I think it also kind of shows that SOT is not necessarily used to giving very good single target support, because they do tend to collapse when PMA runs down targets. And it should be possible for SOT just to put some support skills towards them, keep them alive, get them through. But SOT maybe just a little bit slow on getting the support down, getting the cleanse down, getting the heals in. And PMA definitely taking very good advantage to that, winning through single target focus mostly.
We'll see any changes from SOT's strategy in the next game. Of course, SOT definitely needs to maybe now consider not to overextend too much. SOT mostly initiating most of the games now. And of course, last 2 times they've been punished for that. So yeah, they need to find out a way to regroup and just not fall under pressure. A very good, you know, they have some good revives. They have some good heals. They're able to get some of their players back up, of course. So we know that they can do that. They're not going to immediately crack under pressure, but just needs to be maybe a bit more careful, a bit more confident in the kills that they want to target out. Both guilds about ready to go in for the next round, actually, here. Round number 6 underway.
Stealth coming out from both sides. SOT moving towards the waterfall, trying to stealth up.
PMA actually gets revealed out here.
PMA in their spawn, getting revealed. SOT now going for the gyros. They know exactly where PMA is. Let's see if they can get the reveals done. PMA does get revealed, so SOT have a very clean engage here. Let's see if they can catch anyone. Yeah, some PMA players definitely getting stuck a little bit. PMA dropping a defensive bubble, SOT kiting out. Let's see if SOT managed to centralize towards the center of the arena, and they do kind of try, but one player gets down, actually 2 players down, and they do get illusion, but another player goes down on the side, the Scrapper down. Let's see if they can stick them up.
Both players actually get revived, actually, not bad. So I mean, SOT managing to stay into the fight and make sure no kills early on for PMA. And now they're actually going to damage and kill the Firebrand from PMA. Ooh, very big loss over there. DPS loss. They're actually going to call it right there. Round actually goes... Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at those
SOT.
skills. SOT with the comeback.
Even after they had 3 players in the downstate, they do manage to get the revive skills down.
2
the
players.
Illusions and the Guardian Signet. Everyone gets up, and then PMA kind of overextends, trying to capitalize on the kills. And they get counter-spiked, and they die.
SOT actually punishing PMA for being a little aggressive on the counter. I mean, of course, SOT initiating, as we've seen, most of the fights here. in the rounds early on, and PMA usually dishing back a lot of pressure on them. And for a bit over there, SOT lost, almost lost their, I believe it was the 2 scrappers, and then managing to actually just quickly revive them up. PMA losing the Firebrand cost them a lot. The Firebrand getting actually punished in a bubble from SOT, and immediately takes out the focus from the Firebrand, and then multiple other downs from PMA. Very good counter from SOT. To counter, the counter is very impressive.
And I see Expanders in the chat. Expanders, maybe you can fill us in on the as the official betting master for the matches here. How are the bets looking? Which guild are people betting on in this match?
Oh, that would actually be interesting to see who bet on which game. I believe bets, although for this game are already closed, of course. Bets have to be taken place 24 hours prior to games to ensure a smooth and honest. It's honestly pretty evenly split. It is anyone's game at this point. I mean, it's 3-for-3 right now. It's already 6 rounds have been played. Only 3 more to go. So we'll see how this goes. Both guilds know what it means to get out of the group stages. They know what's on the line over here. Both guilds trying to give it all their best here in this matchup. SOT stealthing, PMA stealthing, and we're underway for the next round here.
SOT managing to find the reveals, but PMA are re-stealthing. Let's see if they can get a good counter engage down now. As he's kind of dropping panic lines here, trying to disrupt PMA from the engage, and they do stop the engage from PMA, but those lines will now be on cooldown. So less to see for PMA to worry about. PMA now going for the engage here. Graffles goes down, and late bubble, I would say. Catching maybe one player, he just gets stun broken out as a Spellbreaker here. Spellbreaker, of course, very hard to kill. Pressure now coming down from SOT, one more bubble. Bubbles actually get traded, and they're just kind of clashing towards the north side of the arena. Not really any kills going down now, but it's hard to see who has the pressure advantage now. One SOT player kind of getting caught inside PMA. Let's see if
the scrapper will get punished. Gets the revive over here, but will be hard focused again. Can PMA actually turn this around? Does not seem to be able to get them down. Now both guilds kind of a little split off here. They both need to be careful here. Both guilds kind of slowly now making their way back to the each other's groups, and we'll see for the next engagement that goes through. And both guilds now finally trying to get more targets down. SOT trying to find someone on there, and but they need to be careful because their Daredevil gets caught and gets the revive, so PMA will not be able to get that kill. But Daredevil still focused a little bit more again, and
SOT split. SOT is very split, and here the target might go down. A Spellbreaker is being focused here. Let's see if SOT has a revive skill available towards them. They might even go for the hand rest, but it's not going to be enough to actually illusion, so he does finally get up again. SOT now trying to counter pressure again, but PMA definitely with a very strong pressure advantage here. SOT just kind of trying to get out, using the gyros to reset the fight from stealth. Now going through from the push here. Bubbles come off cooldown again, so a second round of bubbles is about to start here. Now the target goes down again from illusion.
And SOT needs to revive that Spellbreaker. That Spellbreaker needs to get revived over here, and they do a mass hard res over there, and they do manage to get them back up. PMA almost could have taken that kill. A bubble coming out over here does not do much, but kind of just change the fight's direction over here. But SOT gets caught up, and their Tempest will take a kill over here, and that might be cleaved out.
Still not.
Full on res.
He does get rezzed up. We are 2 minutes into this fight, and there are no kills yet. This round is so incredibly close. Now, second round of bubbles coming up from PMA. Trying to capitalize here, and it's good to see coming down here now. Multiple targets getting caught inside the spike of PMA. SOT under heavy pressure. They need to make sure to get out, but instead they will go down here. That's 4 players to the downside now. I think this is finally going to be the round in favor of PMA if they can capitalize on the kills. And they do finish off 2 players. So SOT definitely with a player disadvantage at this point in time. One more player, 2 more players down from SOT. PMA going in for the secondary push, and they will finish it off. PMA takes this incredibly close round.
Multiple kills from PMA over here. SOT now probably getting a little bit worried here. I mean, they basically have to deal with PMA possibly making a comeback in this tournament over here. And yeah, very great fight from PMA over here, taking the win 4-3 right now. And there's only few more games left to go.
This was probably the best round we've seen from both sides. Very good support coming out. making sure that even though players went down, the revive skills were on point. The single target support was quite good from SOT, making sure that even though PMA had a good pressure advantage, they managed to get out everyone alive for quite a while.
Yeah,
And PMA, of course,
multiple times both guilds able to sustain each other's pushes and everything. As we see, even at one moment, both guilds were kind of split off from each other. Each guild kind of a little all over the place. They still managed to regroup and find their places, find their allies, and then get ready for the next engagement. And yeah, 2 minutes without any guild falling down. Of course, SOT just didn't have enough to counter PMA's next bubbles that caught a lot of their players and get them the win for this round. Very impressive showing from both teams. And of course, there can only be one winner, and we'll see how that goes. Is there a giveaway? Not yet, there's not. We'll probably do a giveaway in a bit. Right after this game, though. We'll do it after this game. Not yet. There's just some exciting games right here. You got SOT and PMA, of course. Right now, we're very much into the final rounds here. 7 rounds have already been played. Possibly, there can only be 2 more rounds played from both teams, and we'll see how that happens. And of course, if there is somewhat of a tie, in any case, both teams are also going to have to worry about the kills, because kills matter over here. So if it's a tie, it's going to be very difficult to see. We're going to have to get a countdown from the match judges. Of course, we'll see if SOT is going to make this interesting for a 4-4, or if PMA takes one more round up again, and PMA can actually win. So if PMA wins the next one, you know, it will be actually over for SOT.
Match point for PMA here. Let's see if they can take the win. This would be huge for them. Definitely meaning that they are still in the tournament if they can make this work out.
Yeah. No, we're
SOT going for the reveals. They will probably land it here, actually. Deep reveals here, and PMA gets caught in the spawn. SOT is still in stealth, going for the re-stealth here. Also, gyros being pulled just to make sure to get the engage here. Early lines, but not catching anyone from PMA. And PMA kind of cleanly going through, probably. Early buff from PMA makes sure that they can reset quite nicely. One scrapper gets targeted here.
And will PMA actually be able to get them? Yes, they managed to keep the scrapper out of bay over here. And now their turn to kind of put up some pressure on SOT. SOT need to be careful here. Match point to PMA if they get a little too confident here and get caught up again. We'll see if that happens. PMA, of course, now trying to go for a push, but I believe that was a PMA player almost there, overextension over there. And PMA now going into charging on SOT. Both guilds coming out with another bubble coming out from SOT, but not much that's done. Will it catch anyone off guard? Not really. In SOT now just trading hits with PMA. We'll see anyone that falls down. Bubble coming out, and that actually catches the Renegade over here, and we'll take it down from SOT. Gotta be careful.
Thief is also in downside. He does get rezzed up from SOT, but SOT is split. They're definitely taking a lot of pressure. They need to regroup and get a good spike down, but instead they get picked off one by one, continuously losing down to the pressure. The spellbreak is very low here. Let's see if they can kill him. 30% HP and dropping further and further. He does manage to get out barely with the stealth and survive, but now a huge spike coming down from PMA.
And
2 targets from SOT.
Multiple kills from PMA here, taking SOT's momentum away, and now I believe this round will end up going in favor of PMA. Multiple kills already confirmed on their end, and just taking more downs here. The spellbreaker going down from SOT will get cleaved out, and they already call it GG. PMA taking match point over here.
It's a win going in favor of PMA, and they stay competitive in the tournament.
PMA really had more to fight for. Oh my, we need to chat. We need to bring over the driver from PMA. If anyone has. If we can actually get there. Very interesting game. This is our most interesting game just yet of the tournament, I have to say, Garfield, isn't it?
Yeah, very exciting match here.
actually for PMA, this really meant a lot for them. I mean, 2 losses back to back on their first set of matches. I actually confirmed the driver of PMA coming up on an interview. We'll tell them to come here.
All right, do we swap to the...
Yep, we'll swap to the admin channel. I'll pull you down.
Perfect. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, we'll await the arrival. And there we go. There's the driver of PMA.
There he is.
Hello.
Hello, boys.
Hello, hello. How are you doing?
Made it famous. It's good. We finally got our win of a tournament.
Yes.
We're happy now.
This game actually was very important for you guys to somewhat get back into the tournament.
We're out the tournament.
Yeah.
We lost the WHOP and DT. We're out now.
Yeah. So I mean,
they're 3-0, so we're out pretty much.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, DT will probably take if they get a loss against WHOP. You know, basically for SOT, that would have been kind of their chance to get into the tournament. But what a way for you guys to kind of at least go out strong into this tournament. I mean,
out on our shield.
Yeah, you basically have allowed the SOT now more pressure for them now to basically even get a chance in this tournament.
Nah, they're doomed. They're doomed. They're worse than us, so they're doomed. I called it on the interview when I came to the tournament. Any guild that loses to us, they basically should just disband their guild now.
Oh wow, was there some shit talking over here? Let's see.
Yeah, you got to get the spicy BM. It's true.
I like the spices over this.
We're 3 week. We did 6 scrims coming into this tournament, and we beat guilds. Like, come on, if you lose to us, you're basically like a dog shit guild, and you should disband. You know?
Wow. Oh, I like this.
All right,
Calling out guilds over here. You got 6
I like it.
scrims. You got people in the chat backing you up. Actually, in this game though, what changed like from the other 2 games? Like, of course, one of the other games.
Weaker players.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the other games really would count too much because, of course, they were much tougher opponents. But in this game, you had multiple losses to SOT in the early rounds, and of course, you guys actually made the comeback and ended up taking the lead. Did you change something in like your strategy, because they seem to like actually engage most of the fights, and you guys were mostly countering their bubbles really and countering their engagement?
We stopped trolling. Basically, we trolled the first round by instigating one pushed. That was pretty much it. We just trolled it. We had someone's ping spiking, and they got one pushed, and then we lost the round.
Oh,
but I mean, other than that, like, they were always getting revealed. I don't know. They always got reveals on us, but then they never spiked us. Like, their stealth, yeah, like our stealth was really bad.
I mean, they tried once, right? They tried spiking from stealth, but then they died instead.
Yeah, they won one round where they caught us.
The second round of that, they actually had 2 reveals. Like, their Spellbreaker got you guys not once, but twice, and they still didn't kind of do anything with that, of course. Then actually choosing to just go through you guys instead of, maybe targeting the Spellbreaker quickly. So, yeah.
Like, SOT is a guild where they're really good at playing defense, but they have no idea how to play offense. So every time they pushed into us, they just lost. If we pushed into them, they were playing better. But every time they pushed it into us, we just bubble and drop wells, and they died. Like, we had our Reaper like 800k damage in one round.
Yeah, I noticed they had some good kills. Well, if you will minus your first round, then the other rounds they actually had some pretty good, pretty much returns on their rounds. Of course, something that Garfield and I noticed, of course. The rounds that you guys won, you had multiple downs on them, like multiple spikes on the SOT players. Actually, a bit more impressive on your round wins, slightly up ahead than compared to their round wins. So yeah, I mean, you still have a few more, I believe another game left in this tournament, don't you?
We have pain in like 2.5 weeks, which we're not going to practice for.
Well, maybe you could do 6 more scrims, and then that will be your practice.
The plan is the plan is we don't practice them. They have no intel on us, and then we just one push them. We've got a secret comp designed just for pain. A super secret comp which no one knows about, just for pain. Just for them, no other guild, just for pain. We have it planned out since we formed. Just for that one, our last match, we have a secret comp for them.
Fair enough. Okay, well,
Interesting.
looking forward to see what you do with that. Good luck with that, of course. Yeah, thank you so much for the matches. Very good match back and forth between you guys. Of course, you guys is just maybe resting and enjoying, and maybe you could just surprise the other guild in your group stage one more time, and then just go out with a win in your tournament here. Thanks so much.
I hope. Our secret comp, I guarantee you got to watch the game. You'll love it.
All right, look forward.
Everyone will love the secret comp. Right, in a bit, boys.
See ya. Right, very interesting interview.
All right.
How do you make odds for that match after hearing that? Well, you don't. I don't know. Maybe just bet on PMA. They probably would surprise you again.
Well, if they're saying secret comp, it could mean anything. It could be something that works very well and they steamroll pain, or it will just suck and they will die.
$15 Soul Beast. Interesting strategy there, I have to say. All right, let's see. Next game actually going to start between... Let's go. We got Inc versus XV scheduled to start in about 10-ish minutes.
We already have Inc in the arena here. Maybe they're gonna scrim IY a little bit before they start the official GVT, so we can just stay here for a while and hang out. Now, guys, this next matchup is going to be a spicy one, I believe. XV and Inc, the two strongest guilds, presumably from Group C, fighting. And this will be about who's taking the #1 spot in their group, most likely. So, very important match coming up, Inc against XV.
All right. Who won the other NA games yesterday? Two top guilds from... the two top guilds from each group bracket will move up. Someone waving over here. I don't know who this is. Some heart-stuck person waving. I believe Teapot's actually in the arena here somewhere. I don't know where he's at, but he's somewhere here.
Is he now?
He's somewhere here. I don't know where he's at. Oh, he's actually messaged me. What does he say? I am in GVG. Let's cast. How do you do that with 3 people, though? You can't. Have you ever done a 3-man casting booth?
People's in a different instance spectating the IQ against Need No Name GVG.
Be interesting. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, yes, you should have let me know earlier. But yeah, no, maybe we'll get some casting with Teapot some point later into the tournaments matches, of course. I don't think it's a good idea having 3 people cast a tournament though, or a matchup, let's say.
Oh, we can try.
Oh,
I'm down for it.
That's a lot of talking for 3 people in like 2 minutes. Anyway, we'll see. All right, let's start the first set of giveaways. All right, we got chat. Listen, we got a Ghostly Infusion. Of course, to start off the giveaway, we got basically 4,000 gold worth of prize pool to give out here on the stream today. So we'll start with the ghostly infusion. We'll get the sentient program over here. Sentient TD's custom giveaway program that he's done for me. One person can commentate between the matchups. Could probably. Let's try and connect this program. Takes too long to connect. Alright, giveaway happening soon, TM. Let's go. Exclamation point rigged for a chance to win the ghostly infusion. The first of our 4,000 gold giveaway right now. Infusion. Fractured Rush is still on the line over here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I believe, what is it? Ink actually taking a kill off IY, huh, over here.
So it would seem. I haven't actually watched it.
Do you want to try 3-man commentating booth with Teapot?
Yeah, I'm down for it. I mean, I can just maybe take a bit of a backseat during the actual fighting and then maybe give some analysis. That will maybe make it a bit easier, you know?
All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, make sure you are following for the chat, but I appreciate the follows over here. Radioactive, Cooper, Chipmunk, Easy as well. Thanks so much for the follow. Someone followed earlier as Napori as well. Much appreciated for the follows. All right. We're actually in the same instance. So this is perfect. Like Ink is going up next again. So we have a good matchup. Ink and XV. Of course, we'll change the scoreboards shortly. 5-3 for in favor of PMA, going with a quick outing here.
We have IY against Ink. Some warm-up scrims here for Ink, and this is very good warm-up for Ink as well. Like IY is a pretty strong guild to fight.
Yeah, and
so
stats going out.
Ink
We'll
will
see.
Go in warmed up.
It was actually good. Yeah, like you said, always get a warm up before a match. Maybe, you know, get some of that juice flowing over here. And IY making their way into the Ink engagement, and Bubble coming out here, not trying to catch too much. Doesn't actually catch anybody. We'll see if they try and get anything out of that. And now IY actually coming out with their own bubble, but didn't actually do much over there. A little bit weird bubble coming out from IY. Ink does get caught. The Spellbreaker might get hard focused for that, and we don't see anything from IY to take advantage of that. Another bubble coming out here to actually catch someone off guard. IY actually losing their own player down over here. Will they be able to revive him?
Very good bubbles by Ink. They do manage to get him up, but those people are in illusion. So Ink, IY is on a timer to get some pressure down on Ink, but not really managing so far. IY might just go for a reset and try to safely hand rest their players, but no, they go for the
Ink
continued push.
Trying to get hard focused over here. IY cleaving out that the Scourge also coming out, so they're going to cleave out that Scourge from Ink, Ink losing their Scourge, and multiple downs over here confirmed.
And Ink is going to call it after losing 2 players from the IY spike. Very nicely played by IY. Actually, very good bubble from Ink in the middle of the round, but the IY rest kills and support was on point.
All right. Oh, I think he's oh, he's actually casting the other match.
Yep.
He's
Name
casting
against
that.
IQ.
Actually, you know what? Maybe just leave him to cast the other match, because we need somebody to cast the other match while we cast these matches.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Unless he sees my messages now, joins again, and we're like, oh, we're not even in the same instance. All right, another round set to take place for IY and Ink over here. Of course, just scrims here. Saying so these are just scrims. This is just a show match, yeah, practice match. Ink actually scheduled to fight in about like 5 minutes with XV. So for them, they will actually have to stay in the arena. IY is actually just getting some practice in. We'll see IY actually getting the reveal here on them. They try to punch the scrapper for that. And of course now Ink making their way here. Both teams just kind of exchanging sides here. Not much going on here. And Ink actually going to go for the engagement. Again, bubble coming out from them. A bubble coming out from IY.
Good pull. Very good pull
actually
from
happens
PMA or Ink. Pulling in the IY players, and IY is very scattered in this moment. Trying to regroup, and they do manage to get a very good regroup going now. Pushing in with the bubble and the gravity well. They catch 2 players inside the gravity well.
Renegade's going to go down from Ink. And will they finish off the Renegade? Actually, they managed to cleave that out. And yeah, Ink losing out the Renegade here, and multiple other people get targeted out. And Spellbreak, sorry, the Soul Beast also now getting cleaved a little bit, but managed to actually recover so far. A little bit too extended over there. Could he actually get targeted one more time?
Ink now trying to recover from the continuous pressure that IY is putting down. Of course, being down a player is not good for them. Some Ink players getting caught on the backside of IY, but IY instead decides to push in on the main stack of Ink, and I believe they're going to call it here already. I believe they lost only 2 players, but that was enough for Ink to say, okay, we're not going to win this round anymore. Let's just go next.
Yeah. It was a very good bubble as well there from IY, kind of really counter Ink over there. Very good. Ink actually, with the engage bubble, I managed to actually almost catch 2 people off guard on Ink. I mean, they managed to actually kill the Scourge, and they also managed to kill, well, their own Scourge actually died, but then they tried to get somewhat of a revival on IY, but unable to actually make a comeback.
Ink definitely having some difficulty with coming out of the pressure that the opponent is throwing towards them. Maybe a bit of a support problem, you know. Maybe they need to be a bit quicker in helping single targets. This is, of course, very important to make sure that everyone gets out alive. Here we go. Another round is starting in 5 seconds. Stealth is going down. Now actually moving very aggressively through the field. Seems like they did not get revealed in doing so, but they also do not catch the enemy anywhere.
IY
Trying to find the
actually just
opponent.
going to actually finally making their way in. But first bubble actually coming out very early from both teams. Nothing getting caught up here. The Spellbreaker from Ink needs to be careful, needs to make their way back to the group. Both teams kind of a little bit more spread out here. Ink getting a Scourge pulled from their side, and will their Scourge go down for that? IY almost trying to finish that pull down, and more people getting pulled over here from Ink. Be careful over here. IY still targeting, finding a target and trying to cleave out somebody, going for the Scrapper next, and nothing coming out of that. IY really able to kind of try and stay ahead over here. Another bubble coming out, does not do anything but kind of just disengages Ink.
I believe we're seeing something very interesting from IY here. They're winning through superior corrupt and CC pressure. Ink just doesn't really seem to have a way to deal with all the mobs, all the pools and all the lines.
Next person gets
IY is
targeted
throwing towards them.
immediately. Ink a little bit too spread out here compared to IY. I mean, both guilds a little spread out, but of course, Ink getting punished for this too much, and multiple downs from their end.
I mean, we're seeing Ink spread up very quickly here in these fights, but I believe this is purely due to the activity of IY. I mean, IY is definitely putting a lot of corrupt pressure on the Ink players here, because there's no other way where Ink is just getting pulled all over the field like this. So I think maybe IY has a special kind of strategy or group composition that allows them to just strip a lot of the stability that Ink can push out. And they seem to be just winning by CC. Very interesting. This is, I believe, this is definitely some kind of unique strategy that IY has been developing, because I don't really see any of the other guilds really play like this.
No.
Very interesting to see by IY.
Yeah, and I think we'll have to see. I mean, again, this is all about strategy as well. So I think IY trying to find out a different strategy. Of course, some of these can catch other guilds off guard, right? If you're not used to that type of gameplay from a guild, you're gonna have to learn to adapt to it as you go. And of course, IY maybe trying to go for something a little unconventional here to just try and catch a lot of these guilds off guard and maybe perfect that strategy against the tougher opponents that they will have ahead of them. Ink, of course, now needs to stay because the official next matchup in this day of scheduled matches, Ink will be taking on XV, a very big matchup here. Of course, XV, a heavy favorite to probably win this matchup against them. And we'll see how they fare, changing the score here back to 0. And of course, including both team names up on the scoreboard.
Definitely, and Ink now, of course, knows that IY might be working towards this, so they can develop their own strategies to counter that. On the other hand, this seemed to be pretty strong performance by IY, so that's very nice to see. IY looking strong, at least in this particular fight. So we can either have IY come here, or I mean, we can have XV come here, or maybe XV has their own instance. We will see.
I think now awaiting the arrival of XV and a big hill to climb for them. Of course, see if they can knock XV off a match win here. XV's, it's really their game to lose, really, right? So they need to just make sure they play their strategy. They're already confident in their abilities. They know what they are capable of, and for Ink, really, it's going to be interesting to see. As you've mentioned before, we've seen it. Ink has kind of improved a little bit over their scrims over the couple of weeks, right? And could be a solid choice to win this matchup here if they continue with that momentum.
Yeah, I would definitely give the advantage here to XV. They seem to be doing quite well in the last few weeks, and Ink, of course, coming off a loss against IY as well. Maybe not even having the sharpest of forms today. That could definitely be a thing. But you can never be too confident, especially in these GVGs where you are fighting another top guild. These guys are experienced, these guys are good. These guys know what they do. So anything can happen.
Right. Especially for Rick, guys, for a Ghostly Infusion on the line. Giveaway is ending in about 1 more minute. Make sure you are following the stream to enter this giveaway. If you're not following the stream, you can't enter the giveaway. So yeah, make sure you're following and then enter the giveaway. Especially rigged for a Ghostly Infusion, one of 4,000 other gold worth of infusions that's being given away. Got quite a lineup of infusions here to give away. 4,000 gold prize pool total. Let's give away this in just under a minute now. Let's go before the game starts. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a fast-paced giveaway with the Peerless infusion next. So we'll finish up the Ghostly, immediately open up a giveaway for the Peerless, and we're actually gonna close that giveaway in only about 2 minutes. So make sure you enter. Closing up the giveaway for the infusion now. The Ghostly infusion is gonna be closed in about 5 seconds. So if you have not followed them, not entered, it's too late. Giveaway's been going on for about 14 minutes, and there we go. Giveaway is finally closed, underway here. Let's see who wins. Peep, I don't even know how to pronounce this name, but you know what? I'll just call you Q. Congratulations on your win. I gotta put your account in the stream chat below for me to actually give you your item. Already? How's that ready? Wow, that's very nice. You like to see it. Only 15 seconds for you to respond. You love to see it. Apparently my phone just shut. Right, Peerless Infusion now is going to be the next giveaway. Let's, Peerless Infusion. Let's open up that giveaway. Only about 2-ish minutes. Let's just say, yeah, 2-ish minutes. Thank you. I love the GVG tournament so far. Well, much appreciated. Thanks so much for supporting. Make sure you're following. Make sure you get your GVG Police merch. Everything. Get engaged with the tournament, right? The largest, most ambitious tournament of all time. And this will be a yearly thing. Guarantee that. We out here. Yes, we are. All right, and yeah, just waiting for the next game to start. Of course, there'll be another game underway later on the schedule, which will be a very exciting matchup, I have to say. Soon, TM after this will be SOT as well versus Pain. And for SOT, this really needs to be their comeback because, I mean, already losing to PMA. Then Pain, of course, we have not really seen much gameplay from Pain. My Baguette Will Never Die has not really been showcased too much, so it'll be very new for us to see. Of course, now Inc versus XV, a very big anticipated matchup in today's games. Actually, this is the big game over here right now. All right, make sure you enter this giveaway. Exclamation point rigged for a Peerless Infusion, and I think it's been 2 minutes. So actually, just about 2 minutes. All right, I'll give you guys 30 more seconds to enter. Make sure you're following the stream. Follow the stream and enter the Peerless Infusion giveaway for 200 gold infusion. Exclamation point rigged for Peerless Infusion on the line, about 200 gold. All right, you have about less than 20-ish seconds now to enter this giveaway, so make sure you are entered and following the stream. Subscribe for that ×3 sub luck, get engaged with the sub luck over here, right? Become a legendary gem and get early access to YouTube videos and all that good stuff, and the ×3 sub luck. All right, I had to say 2.5 minutes. I called it. I had to say, bro. Okay, you know what? Here. I'll give you guys like 1 last minute. But if you don't enter in this last minute, like, really. Only because actually, we're still waiting for, where's XV? Did they forget that they actually have a GVG going on? All right, expedition for rig, guys. Last minute. Last minute to enter. If you have not entered, too late. And there's only about 30 seconds left to enter. Make sure you're following the stream.
Oh, any giveaways?
Ah, Mr. Teapot, let's go.
Let's go.
Are you in the same instance, actually?
Yes. Wait, what are you guys watching?
We are watching
XV versus Inc, actually.
Oh, no, I'm not. Never mind, okay, I'm out of it. Have fun with that one. I'm out.
Okay. Now we're in the same instance.
XV is arriving.
All right, that's fine. You know why? Because we actually... we need him to go cast the other games. The other games also need to be cast. So you know what? Let him go cast his other games. All right, giveaway is closed.
Yeah, XV seem to have some instancing issues. The instance we are in now happen to be full, but it seems like they are coming in now.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your account ID, Weekend. And yeah, it looks like they have finally found the instance, so they'll make their way here for this game mode.
If people are in the stream and are also in the Edge of the Mist instance that we are in at the moment, please leave the instance so the XV players can get in. The instance is full, so please leave the instance so the GVG players can get in. Thank you.
Yes, that's actually important as well. Yes, very much. All right. That person didn't win, by the way. That I was actually trying to close the giveaway. So no, you technically did not win. I clicked pick win instead of close giveaway. So sorry, hi. I don't want to do you like that, but like there was nothing to give away basically. I was trying to close the giveaway, and the button is so close to the pick winner, and I clicked that instead. You scam. Press F. Actually rigged. Can we get some F in chat? Yeah, can we get some Fs in chat here, guys? Or exclamation point rigged. All right, no, let's get some rigged emotes in chat. It's fine, no problem. Yeah. Send them something. Well, I mean, there was nothing to send. I mean, honor and win. Give him one anyway. All right, I'll leave this up to chat. Chat, should we give High something? Yes or no? Simple question. I want. That's very easy. Yes, look at all those yes. That's very easy. Well, okay. Very convincing. All right, can you please send me your account ID high, and I'll I'll just shoot you 50 gold. You know what? Why not? Put your account ID high in the chat, and I'll send you 50 gold. Yes, no, I like to be different. It's a little confusing there. You can only pick one or the other. You can't pick both. Orient, all right, thank you so much. All right, this game's actually about to start soon.
They need 2 more players in. XP needs 2 more players in, so we still need some people to leave the map for the time being.
Yeah, we actually need people to leave. Please, can 2 people please leave the map? The map is full. All right, both teams actually getting ready here. Match might be underway soon, of course. So we still need people to get people to leave the map because XV is having troubles getting their members into the game.
I believe they are almost set. Maybe 1 more player needs to get in.
Did I take my meds? I actually did not take my medicine. So you know what? I will AFK for a second here. All right, I have taken my medicine. Have the teams actually gotten their players in or not yet?
I'm hearing 2 more.
Medicine feels good. Medicine feels very good. I mean, I have to take my medicine. Very sad, actually. You know, blood thinners. If I don't take them, I could possibly die. It's like Iron Man. If he doesn't have that freaking reactor on him, he dies. Goes into, like, I think cardiac arrest or something. Time to bribe. Do we have to bribe people to leave this instance? It's just, you know, like, if you're on the stream and you're in this instance, it's better for you to leave. Because, I mean, you'll get a better view on... Well...
I believe they are ready now.
They're actually ready. Okay, perfect. There we go. Until they remove the shrapnel in his chest. Alright, true. Holding a spot hostage. Yeah. MM is the Iron Man of Guild Wars 2. Very much. Yes, I am Iron Man. Except for me, it's I am Guild MM. You see how that works? Well, he's dead now. Hey, don't say that. So you're telling me my death will consist of me saving the universe? That's a pretty nice death, to be honest. All right, chat, focus up. Let's go, focus up. We are getting ready for the next game. XV versus Inc over here. Foolish versus Hard Engage over here. Big matchup in this tournament. In the matches lined up today. Let's see how that goes for Inc. This is basically, they've already warmed up, ready to go, get everything done underway here. I believe XV was actually scrimming another guild as well earlier on. Might have been WHOP or could have been another guild.
I believe they were scrimming WHOP, yes.
They were scrimming WHOP, yes.
Alright, here we go. Venom has been applied. Which means that we will be starting very soon.
Yep. Only about more seconds on the way, and officially the guilds are starting to line up over here, and we'll see how this goes. XV and Inc, both games, both guilds over here want to take heavy wins here. Of course, for XV, it's their game to lose, really. So, of course, they want to be pulling out strong. Possibly, you know, go for a full win over here. For Inc, it's a hard road to climb. It's a tough opponent to go through. But if Inc can actually knock off a win off of XV, that's going to be huge. And possibly could change the shape of the bracket system in this group stage as we go towards the tournament.
Inc here representing the GVG community with full Escalonian Ghost tonics. They are here in style.
GVG Pog overlay. Yes, we went all out for this tournament. A trailer, an overlay, promotional artwork. We did it all. We even have merchandise. We even have our own GVG police, all right? Roy leads our GVG police. He's the captain. And we also have a casino that's being managed by Expandus, our gambling man over here. If you guys want to take your gambles, heavy loot bags, join the GVG Discord. Get involved with the Champions of the Mist, the largest, most ambitious tournament ever done in Guild Wars 2. Yeah, as a fact, you can join the GVG Discord and you'll figure that out. G-Zook, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime subscription, becoming a legendary gem over here with the Prime Gaming. Let's go. You love to see it. You love to see getting the ×3 sub luck. Is there really merch? Yeah, there is. If you just go scroll down where I have like, where I guess it says the rigged merchandise. If you click on that shop, Guild MM store, it will actually take you and you'll actually see I have added like GVG Police and GVG Champions of the Mist shirts. All right, first
here we
underway.
go. The GVG of the night, XV against Inc. Who will take the first round? XV going for a re-stealth, Inc a little bit visible in the middle of the arena, going for lines on the Scrapper. Don't really catch him out. The Scrapper does get out with the gyro stealth. Ink trying to recoup and maybe going for their second bubble. Now XV with a well spike completely whiffed. Ink gets out cleanly and goes for the Veil to disengage from the second push from XV. Now the
their
Gravel
push
completely
towards
wasted.
XV. A bubble coming out over here does not catch anyone too much off guard, but XV a little bit pushed off here. Now they're coming out with their own bubble to just counter that bubble, of course. Ink now ready to try and focus a target down here. The Spellbreaker might get focused up here, and it looks like they are trying to focus up the target. Nothing coming out of that, of course. XV now ready to engage their own side again.
Ink very split on this engage from XV. Lots of pressure going down here and there. One down target from Ink. There's a Scourge down, I believe. He does get rest up, but instantly goes down again. Very good single target focus by XV. It was actually a Spellbreak who went down. Instantly, another Ink player dead. Does get stealthed out, and now Ink going for a big spike here, but it's not enough as
multiple
Ink
downs
crashes.
from Ink, actually, and they will call it. Ink actually able to get the Chronomancer down from XV, but XV with multiple kills on Ink and actually rebounds around back into their favor, and XV taking the first round of this exciting matchup.
I have to say, Ink had some very insane strategies for this fight, but it was not enough, as the pressure from XV was just too much. Ink basically went for first engage, then afterwards they expected the XV second engage. So what Ink did, they veiled out instantly as they saw XV push towards them. So the first spike of XV was completely missed. However, Ink just not really managing to capitalize on the cooldown advantage that they were able to create with the stealth gameplay. Instead, we have XV taking the first round.
Anonymous just ordered a GVG police t-shirt. Let's go. That's what you want to see. I want to see a police force GVG command coming over here. Let's go. Let's look at that. Anonymous has just ordered a police shirt. I don't know who that Anonymous is, but thank you for the support. Hey, what's up, TD? I should do a channel point prediction before each match. Well, I need honestly, I need a mod to help me with the prediction.
Ink seems to be very prepared for this fight. It's just XV maybe is just too good, you know. But we'll see in the next round. Maybe Ink has some more up their sleeve. Maybe they can execute a little bit better. Maybe they can get another cooldown advantage in the next round.
All right, and they're actually going through the next round underway here, and let's see if XV can knock anyone off. You can make a prediction. Only 30 seconds for this prediction, as we're already into this matchup, so we'll see how that goes.
No reveals yet, but they're actually stealthing right on top of each other. Ink now immediately going for the disengage as XV chases them through the arena.
And
Let's see if Ink actually goes for a counter spike.
and goes for a quick down over there. And over here, the Renegade gets killed and cleaved out from Ink. Of course, it can be worrisome for them, and the bubble coming out over here. More targets focused, and Ink actually just crumbling over here. Crushing blow to them all. Oh, quick kill over there on the Firebrand, and Ink will actually call it. Very quick kill over here.
What a stomp by XV. Such a decisive, aggressive engage from them, instantly spotting Ink stealthing right in front of them and just running them down from the start. It's absolutely crazy how fast the Ink players died though on the engage. It shouldn't really happen like that, but you know, XV execution is very, very good on the spike, and they just run them down.
And they cannot allow that to happen. I mean, last round actually, Ink was not bad actually. The Ink had some interesting gameplay follow-ups. You know, they had a couple of good plays, just couldn't actually get it down and done. And of course, that cost them the round. XV actually able to recover even after one loss of a player. Over here, though, just collapsing immediately. I mean, XV just rushed them, actually, in fact. I mean, not even a chance to breathe. Quick rush, kills a player, instant kill, and then move on, and the quick bubble kills the other players. I mean, you cannot allow that to happen.
Yeah, that is very bad news if that does happen, but you know, sometimes this is just how the round goes. Ink need to mentally reset maybe a little bit, get over the disappointment of losing the first 2 rounds, and see what they can do better. Maybe they need to adapt a couple of things, maybe put a bit more focus on certain aspects like movement or support, resolve their problems, and try to take control of the match.
Definitely. All right, well, already got an order for GVG Police. Let's go. I actually ordered my shirt, but you know how long it would take me to get my shirt? Almost 2 weeks, because it's supposed to ship from America.
Oh.
Of course, they give you
Well, at least it will be in time for the regional finals.
Yeah, they give you like a discount if you order it, like obviously because it's your merchandise. They give you a discount and everything, but it's still annoying to wait 2 weeks for it. And I got a signed t-shirt. Well, that'll be difficult for me to do, but you will have my seal of approval if you purchase one anyway. All right, XV, going
Round
in
3.
Third round underway. Let's go and let's see if Ink can actually change the strategy here. XV actually going for a restart over here, and it gets revealed by the Ink Spellbreaker over here, and Ink now finding them.
Ink is on the move, going for the aggressive engage, and they do land a very good bubble here. Maybe catching the Scrapper here a little bit out, but no, the Scrapper does get out. So instead, Ink now trying to disengage here from the secondary engage from XV, and they do get out quite cleanly, but now XV just kind of pushing through, and here's a big spike actually pulling in a lot of the Ink players, and there's one downstate. Does get out with the stealth, but there's another downstate here far away, and that was, I believe, a Spellbreaker. Dead for Ink, so Ink down a player at this point. Ink does land a very good bubble, and they do catch one player in with immobilizes, but the player gets cleansed and he gets out quite cleanly now. XV with the re-engage here.
Their Daredevil over here, and XV actually just going to confirm this round with the script with the Leech coming out. Of course, this is just going to make it difficult for Ink. More players getting cleaved out here. The Scourge from Ink going to get cleaved out on the side here by the XV Soul Beast over here, and Ink going to lose this round in another fashion over here. Multiple players down from them. Too difficult to actually make a comeback at this point. It's called out over there, and that is round in favor of XV again in a huge dominating fashion.
And you have to commend the pure execution that XV is showing here. It's such clean gameplay. The way they manage to coordinate their damage on the spike is beautiful to see.
Yeah, and of course, one of the problems we see here is, you know, I mean, XV just knows a lot of ways to counter, even when they're getting pushed on, right? Even when another guild initiates the engage, you know, XV knows how to counter that perfectly well. And of course, Ink is not able to really get their momentum out there. I mean, they seem to be able to push out an engage and a good bubble from them, but then unable to really push through and maybe get a target singled out to get the kill done. They just cannot seem to finish the job.
In this round, we also saw XV kind of like the first engage was for Ink, and they managed to get good pressure down, but the support from XV was just so clean that they got out and instantly were ready to counter push.
Look at that,
And so
Champion
they
of the
did.
Mist t-shirt. Listen, when you guys get your t-shirts, I want to see Twitter tweets out, all right? We would like to see it, or maybe some posts in the Discord, maybe. Maybe we should get that done.
Make a t-shirt selfie channel, yes?
Yeah, t-shirts, selfie channel. We have to get it done, all right? Hopefully my shirts come in time for the regional finals, like you said. I'll be wearing the Police and the Champions of the Mist shirt. So let's go. Another t-shirt. Let's go. All right, 3-0 for XV. This is actually only 2 more games for XV before they take a win. And with that being said, it'll be a very short matchup here. Of course, very different turn of events compared to the SOT and PMA match that we saw, which was back and forth wins, really. Take your medicine. I already took my medicine, so I'm actually good on that. All right, we're gonna see the next engagement here, and the 4th round is underway officially from XV and Ink. Let's see if any changes in strategy are being done.
XV is kind of stealthing exactly in the same spot as they were before. Those could be abused, but Ink now stealthing in the middle and going for the engage early on. trying to get the jump on XV, and two players getting caught a little bit in this bubble here, but XV immediately with the counter pressure makes sure that Ink cannot free cast on their players, and now Ink has to go around the bubble here, maybe give some opportunity for XV to catch someone on the tail, but no, Ink just kind of gets out cleanly. Actually, no, there's a Platinum Major getting caught a little bit there as a Scrapper, but he does get out alive. No problem. XV just continuing to push here, and now
from Ink under heavy pressure and might get caught up here if they're too careful. Multiple down, actually. I think they might actually get someone down here. No, not really. Not confirmed kill so far just yet. And very good, impressive back and forth. But someone's going to get called out here. And of course, the Soul Beast getting cleaved out from Ink. And that's going to be a big win in terms of XV pushing the round further. And multiple downs from Ink. And they're just crushing here on the, falling under pressure here. And the round is actually called. Multiple downs over here. Ink, definitely needs to figure out their strategy here, because I mean the game is heavily now in favor of XV, and you really now need to win 5 games in a row to be able to win anything here.
It seems like Ink just can't really do anything in these rounds at all. They have very good strategies, I feel. Their movement seems to be sort of okay. Maybe their engages are a little bit optimistic, but at least they're trying to take the initiative in the round, right? Which is maybe something you need, even if you're playing from behind.
I mean, it's a little difficult now for them, because I mean, for them to win now, they really need to win 5 rounds to even, they need to win 4 to tie it and a 1 to win it. And it's just not, it's looking that they're not able to really get their foot in the door in this game mode. I mean, XV is just able to cleanly pick out their targets. Ink able to survive some of their bubbles, and of course Ink had some very good bubbles on there, and just again not able to make anything out of the bubbles, and that's costing them some huge rounds here.
Ink is trying. They're trying different tactics, different strategies. They are moving left, right, center, dodging through, but in the end it's just the XV superior execution, the efficiency that they display, the way they coordinate their spikes, which allows them to dominate the fight from start to finish.
And possibly what could be the last round for this matchup before we move on to the next match in this schedule of today's matches. And we'll see how that happens. If Ink can even maybe get another... If Ink just could get a round off of here, of XV at least, show that they are, realizing their strategy has not worked. Maybe show some improvement in strategy, at least being able to counter something. It's very difficult to obviously win another 5 rounds in a row and kind of take the win here, but we'll see. XV, of course, is a very strong guild in general, very focused and able to cleave out multiple targets at once. We've seen them insta-focus, the single target focus, but then of course able to catch multiple targets in spikes and able to cleave them all out in good fashion.
I mean, to me it feels like Ink isn't really even doing anything wrong strategically. It's just that they get outplayed in terms of the gameplay, like mechanically outplayed. So if they want to change this, they need to improve a little bit. Now XV has the reveals and is going for the early bubble here, maybe catching 1 or 2 players. Ink does get out alive, but XV continue to push, trying to keep the pressure that they were able to land with the bubble. Shades coming out now, and they do get some players low. Now the continued push here, Ink trying to re-stealth their players with gyros, and now using the bubble to disengage from...
just to kind of neutralize XV over there with their bubble, so not really much coming out of there. Another bubble actually came out from behind over there. Not much to be done there on XV, so very interesting. But of course, the Spellbreaker from Ink going to get cleaved out, and XV again killing the Spellbreaker, and going to now turn the tide again on this matchup. And I believe I see the Lich form has come out over here, and that's going to probably get some more damage in on a focused target. And of course, yes, there is the Firebrand on Ink almost getting targeted out here and getting cleaved up, healed up a little bit, but then losing another player over there, the Spellbreaker.
Spellbreaker dead now. That's 2 players dead for Ink at least, if I saw correctly. XV just trying to push in and keep up the pressure here now. Ink will crack under the immobilizes, and multiple players down now on this push of XV. They're completely split. That's going to be it. This round will also go in favor of XV. 5-0 towards the favorites in this particular group. What a strong performance by XV, I have to say. There's barely any gaps, at least as far as I can see, where they could be exploited. In terms of strategy, in terms of execution, their movement seems very clean. Much respect for the way XV is handling these rounds.
Yeah, and of course, like you said, I think just more of a guild that just can, outplay the other guild more in terms of skill level and just, an all-around better guild. Of course, yeah, nothing wrong from Inc. Just, of course, you're matched up against a guild like XP. It's a tough road to actually, hit a guild like that of that level. Of course, more to come. And of course, for XV, they do have challengers coming out of the group stages. They'll be heading into the regional finals, probably to take on, guilds such as Beam, guilds such as WHOP, and things like that. And over there, we're going to start to see a lot of these high-level guilds competing against each other. And over there, we're going to see those longer matches that take place between the rounds and everything. Of course, tough luck for Inc., but not a problem. Maybe there's something else they can come back out of this. For XV, of course, they will definitely guarantee a win here. And the first of their matches to advance, of course, in the group stage.
A lot of respect also to Inc. I definitely could see that they tried. They came up with some interesting tactics, which gave them some advantages in especially the early rounds, I would say. It just wasn't enough in terms of gameplay, right? Like maybe people dying a little bit too early, maybe not enough pressure to XV, so XV was just able to free cast on their single targets. Stuff like that is definitely things you have to look at if you are reviewing the fights in footage review. Some things to work on for Inc. for sure.
Definitely. And of course, we're still underway with the next set of matches. We still actually have, I believe Teapot's casting Need No Name versus IQ, which I don't know how close up of a matchup that is. And then, but we are actually going to cast, wait, no, he might be casting Need No Name versus Global. So we're going to actually go into 613 versus My Baguette Will Never Die, which is scheduled to start actually now. We might have been able to catch it. So if we are able to, we need to move quickly to the next instance.
Let's I whisper Atros because I think he is adminning that one.
You know the girls holding up those shield rounds with 1, 2, 3 like in boxing or MMA? We could have a frog. Where's the frog? There's always a frog in someone's instance. Anyway, can I just say how much I love professionally everything about this tournament has been organized? Yeah, I mean, I must say in very short time as well. Like, I mean, this tournament, literally, I sat down with Sunny, Atros, and Roy, and it literally took us, mid-April to set everything up and then get all the sign-ups done and everything, and then mid-May to close everything up. So like literally in about a month and a half, everything got set up. Of course, I was very insistent. Most of them wanted the tournament maybe a little later. And of course, we did say we wanted the tournament in between like the links and not like in the middle of the relinks.
We have a taxi, by the way, man.
We have a taxi. That's perfect.
Turn on Atros.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it took very short time. Of course, the thing that actually held us back the most was really just the transfer goal and everything like that. So I mean, that they told me was like what was going to hold up the guilds, and I was like, you know what, I'll fund it if guilds are willing to transfer. I will fund the entire transfer cost. Of course, we didn't have to do that because we actually got the changes to GVG arena here, so that actually helped me use the money now to just basically pay the guilds their prize pool. So most of this will actually just go towards prize pool stuff. So very excited that that is what ended up happening, of course. Is 613 actually about to start? 613 versus Pain?
I am not sure. I'm loading into the instance now, so...
Oh, wait. Why am I going for the red team? Now, let me just confirm. Is this actually Pain versus SOT's?
Yeah, it would seem that way actually. I see some SOT tags,
Oh,
so I
there we
guess
go.
they're just gonna fight over here.
Alright, so SOT going on the left side, so we're gonna actually change the score back up here to 0-0, and SOT seems to be forming on the left side of the arena, so change this tag here to SOT and the other one to Pain. Of course, we have not seen what Pain's capable of, so this will be our first kind of game that showcases what they're made of. So we'll see how that goes into the tournament.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested in Pain. I think they could be quite good if the guild is made up of out of the players that I think it is made up out of. But this will be the first match, I believe, of Pain in the tournament, so this is the first chance we have, first opportunity of spectating their match.
That's Teapot. Alright, 613 versus Pain. First of these games for these two teams, at least for Pain. SOT, of course, have already just lost to PMA. So we'll see. And of course, also losing their other game yesterday. So unfortunately for SOT, not much for them to do as well.
Yeah, SOT essentially already out of the tournament at this point. I believe they are theoretically also not able to win or get second place anymore. So this will be a bonus match for SOT, but obviously they will try just to make sure that they give their best during this tournament. And Pain, first match here. Let's see what he can do.
Will there be replays? Yes, there will be replays. There will be replays on YouTube. I'm doing like a collection of highlights so that like you basically can have like day 1 to day 3, for example, day 1 to day 5 of the tournament. I'll try to keep them like less than 2 hours, like maybe 2 hours. Like I don't want to split them into 5-6 videos. I think if I put them in like into 2-hour videos, you'll be able to like have like in those 2 hours 4 or 5 games for you to just view. I'll put timestamps. I think that will be better than people just like watching 6 different videos. I think that will be useless. So yeah, we'll do it that way. Just give me a few days. I'm actually already almost done with day 1 to day 3, and we should be able to actually have that uploaded by the next 2-3 days. Day 4 to day 8 will probably be together, so we'll see. Someone's telling me Tipo actually might be casting this one as well. Should we ask him to get it? And let's see. All right, let's start the next giveaway quickly. Next giveaway on the line is actually going to be the Snow Diamond Infusion over here. So let's start that up quickly. Snow Diamond Infusion. All right, exclamation point rigged in the chats. Let's go. You got to be following.
Ooh. And what a series of games we've had, gentlemen. Okay, some madness here. Finally.
Yes, we have. We actually had a good back and forth between PMA and SOT early on in the game. Very nice games over there. 5-3 going in favor of PMA.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, all my games, man, they've been pretty brutal, dude. Like there was one game. There was one guy left alive right after it. It was brutal. 14 kills. Utter slaughter. Goodness me. It was brutal. It was rough. It really was.
Well,
Getting these teams checked in, we're good to go.
Yeah, these
match
teams are
here.
right now actually SOT 613 actually for them. It's 2 losses already in the tournament, so
Uh-oh.
very hard luck for
Ooh.
them in the group stages. For Pain, My Baguette Will Never Die has not yet to compete, so this is their actual first game scheduled for the tournament. So we'll see what they're made out of, because we're not sure what these guys and their baguettes are made out of. We'll see if it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, we'll see if they will be able to smash their opponents over the head with that. And well, in that case, I mean, this is certainly a very important matchup for 613. They really need to win this. Being, you know, like you do not want to be 0-3 in a group stage. That is not where they need to be. They need to certainly step up and achieve a victory here. Otherwise, I imagine their chances for the remainder of the tournament are looking very bleak indeed. If they aren't already, obviously, you know, like having a record of 0-2 is not exactly ideal for sure for qualifying for the next stage. So they certainly need to win this game as quick as they possibly can. Death by bread, death by baguettes.
Here we go, round one starting.
There we go, Garfield over here as well offering analysis. This is a 3-man casting booth over here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how we can balance this. Pain getting revealed over there, and we'll see what they manage to do with that. They look like they're gonna pull back a little bit, and seems to be SOT got their second stealth over here. See what happens when both guilds try to find each other and collapse into the middle of the arena over here.
And already a kill onto SOT Scrapper there. Can that be confirmed by Pain? They're looking to it. The revive is actually good, though. Maybe a little bit lack of confirmation there from Pain to get that kill. They may be playing a little bit defensively there. Another bubble now. Loads of bubbles coming out now from Pain. Can they actually get anything out of this, though? SOT rallying quite well, but no. In fact, there's a kill onto a Renegade getting knocked to end. Completely confirmed there as well. So first blood.
And actually gets the revive over there. The Renegade back in the matchup. Bubble coming out from SOT. And will they be able to knock down Pain in this matchup and try to get a comeback going over here? Let's see if that happens.
Yeah, they absolutely are. It's going to be 3 kills confirmed onto Pain, I believe. Scourge and 2 players also dying there within the bubbles. A very clutch combat. They're getting that revive onto the Renegade at the very last second, and that should almost certainly be a victory here for SOT, which is certainly a very welcome sight, I imagine, for them. Let's see if they can
getting more downs over here and actually confirming more kills over Pain. And Pain will probably have to call this soon, because SOT will take the matchup. First round of this match goes to SOT. Very good comeback from them. And of course, there's more on the line for them here. To lose this game means they're pretty much officially done out of this tournament.
It was actually crazy by SOT. They held on to the bubble for such a long time. I believe their second bubble was cast like on the 3rd or 4th engage here in this fight. Absolutely crazy strategy by SOT. Usually, guilds like to cast their bubbles quite early into the round, but SOT holding on to them and making better and more efficient use of them in the end. That was what won them the round, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. And making sure they got that revival there, very clutch revival onto the Renegade. Also very good. You don't want to be losing that sort of thing early on either. So bit of a rough round there for SOT, but that we might actually get ourselves something that isn't a 5-0 potentially here. I think that was a fairly close thing, a very touch and go there. Things certainly could have gone either way there. There were downsides on both sides, of course, for these players. But of course, it's going to be a clean victory there. Well, slightly messy victory for SOT. 1-0. Once again, it's going to be a best of 9, but let's see if we have something more than a 0 on the enemy team. Pain looking to make their debut here, off to a rough start there, losing their first match of the entire tournament. Can they actually get their redemption arc and secure victory in at least a few rounds? Okay,
we'll see how that. I mean, overall, I mean, a win over this would at least, you know, they could go out with like a nice win, at least somewhat. It's going to be very difficult for them in their group stage to win, because I mean, of course, multiple matches have already happened in this group stage. They've already lost against PMA. PMA, of course, also lost 2 games already in their group stage. So for SOT, 2 losses. PMA, 2 losses. Very difficult for them to rebound. For Pain, though, the journey to getting into the regional finals still continues for them. So we'll see if Pain can actually make it out of this group stage, and both teams stealthing up. And we're underway for the second round of this game mode.
Early reveal on Pain. They are in vision of SOT, and SOT going for the engage now. Catching maybe 1 or 2 players on the engage and instantly down the Scourge, I believe it was. It does get illusioned immediately, so revive skill used for that.
And it was a kill as well. Like, there was just so much burst damage that even with the illusion, it was no good. In fact,
multiple downs as well coming out with Pain, and SOT actually just controlling the matchup here over here, and going for the next engagement over here, and we'll see if they can get any more kills on Pain. And they do seem to be trying to find a target to focus. Bubble coming out of here to just kind of disengage that. A player from SOT, the Chronomancer, goes down a little bit here, and they actually do get the revive on that.
They get the revival, but it's already looking pretty rough for Pain, in my opinion. Like, all SOT have got to do is just hold on a little bit longer, and they'll just win the war of attrition. Another kill there onto the Scrapper. Will it become good knockback there to deny any kind of revival? And that's the confirmed kill. Another downside of the Thief in the back there. Another knock to deny any
That will be
possibility
cleaved
of
out. That
recovery.
Thief does get cleaved out.
And
Daredevil
that's
now
gonna be it.
finally finished off over here on the side, and SOT asserting their dominance here in this round. Round win, 2-0 SOT.
Yep. That was a much stronger round there from SOT. I think the first game was a little bit wobbly, and that one they did actually have a downside there. The Chronomancer did end up going downstate in that situation, but nothing like that here. Much cleaner, much cleaner there. Just getting a good open. I mean, like, this is like a really big important thing. Something that, like Garfrey can definitely tell us about here. But like, if you get a good open on your opponent, if you're actually able to land the reveal and capitalize on that, you can certainly put your opponent on the back foot and have the momentum, control the game, control the tempo of the game. And it can be very difficult to actually recover from that and actually hold on.
Absolutely.
A really aggressive push them.
Of course, openings are not as important anymore as it was. Well, let's say roughly a year ago or so, where stealth engages were basically defining the whole meta of GVG. At this point, stealth engages are obviously, of course, very valuable. We saw this in this round, SOT managing to get 2 kills, of which they were able to convert 1. But it's not as important as it was back in those days. You can definitely still recover from having a bad stealth engage.
Yeah, I actually saw this a lot in the scrims between Requiem and 15, Foolish 15. Actually, like, it was a lot of the time it was actually Requiem on the back foot, but they actually managed to turn a lot of those things eventually. Actually, like 15 would go in very, very aggressively, but eventually Requiem was able to kind of adapt to that and almost punish the aggression. Actually, like, it was almost like punish the overcommit from 15 and almost like counter bubble them like really, really quickly and secure a lot of those kills there, which worked out very well until eventually Requiem then started playing aggressively themselves. So it's certainly recoverable, but it can be difficult. And as soon as you start losing few players over on it, will this snowball out of control. But here's the next round.
We
The
have
stealth up
the
is
official
coming down here,
underway. Can Pain make a comeback here and maybe try and get their first win over here in the tournament? Very crucial for them to get a win at least, because for them they can guarantee
reveal,
somewhat
actually.
sort of a chance. The reveal actually already comes out. We'll see what comes out of this, and SOT actually looks like they're going to engage that and try and actually target that. We'll see if they can get anything out of that bubble coming out of SOT and try and get somebody on target over there. It does not seem to be happening. The Scrapper almost close to dying over there and manages to actually stay in the fight. Actually, no.
SOT Soul Beast cleaved out completely, I believe, there. So that is a pretty good start there for Pain. That's a good kill there from them. They actually managed to land themselves another pretty juicy bubble, catching another player from SOT.
Multiple
The
downs
Warrior
over
gets
here.
the
Pain
Warrior.
actually manages to get the multiple downs up again. So try and stay into this fight very strong. But SOT trying to continue the pressure on this. And Pain is going to retaliate with their own bubble coming out of SOT to kind of disengage that. Try and catch someone over guard here, but not really. Both teams kind of just disengaging here. Pain going to get the revive on the Scrapper in that time quickly.
SOT making a good recovery, actually eliminating a Scourge, generating some downs. It's like on the kind of like the pullback there from Pain. SOT kind of retaliated well. Now evening up the scales a little bit there by securing that kill. A very vital player there of the Scourge is going to be secured. SOT looking to actually make a bit of a comeback here for sure. Can they continue this up there? The round certainly slowing down a little bit. Both teams backing off a little bit, waiting for a few cooldowns before going in. And there is the second kind of main clash of this. Is anyone going to get killed? Yes, they are. Another Scourge
The
falls.
Scourge actually does get cleaved down. That's going to be crucially in favor. Now SOT multiple down from SOT, and can Pain recover from this? And can they take the advantage over here? SOT getting multiple downs and kills, and Pain actually about to take this round in. Multiple downs from SOT. Wow.
Yeah, look at that. SOT just going down across the board. They were cast asunder there by that, but it's certainly a very close fought round there by Pain. Just cooldowns being traded across the board, but in the end, Pain able to achieve a little bit of victory there and get rid of SOT. And it's going to be a little bit worrisome, right? Losing that round is not what they want to be. I mean, SOT's still going for it. I'm not sure if that's really going to work out. They're going to try and hold on.
Just buying time though, but Pain very much in control of this game right now. Going to now engage one last time. Bubble coming out and actually catches the SOT players off guard, and multiple kills more confirmed in favor of Pain, and SOT's just cracking under pressure here. I mean, no point anyways continuing. Multiple downs from there, and then this looks to be Pain's round to win anyway. Just really there you go, you call the round there, and SOT more downs going down actually adds kills over in favor of Pain, since the longer the rounds go, of course, more kills confirmed, more kills actually end up being tallied for the other team. So Pain taking this round in dominating fashion.
Very good comeback by Pain, I would say. Losing a player very early on, but making it work out in the end. the whole round turned around when they managed to get 3 kills in the middle of the arena, about 1.5 to 2 minutes into the fight. And huge turnaround by them. This is definitely a show where, or an example, where it shows that even if you're behind, if you land one good spike, if you land one good coordination of your skills, if you can make it work, you can definitely turn any round around as long as you have enough damage.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, exclamation point rigged in chat. Snow Diamond Infusion being given away right now. I'll close the giveaway soon, TM, after the next round of SOT and Paint. So make sure you enter. Still a lot of more infusions underway. We got about 4,000 gold worth of infusions to give away on the stream, and they must be given away, okay? We're going for Fractal Rush Week. Snow Diamond Infusion, exclamation point rigged. Follow the stream. Get engaged, get everything, right? And of course, by the way, there's a giveaway going on Teapot's stream. So, you know, go get, like, you know, wins from both streams, right? The best gold per hour right now in the game is happening on 2 streams.
True. Actually true. Okay, that is indeed true. We've got a lot to give away. I mean, I'm not doing anything right now, actually. So you just baited my chat into increasing my chat activity. I appreciate that a whole lot. You know, I love to see that, guys. I
planned it, by the way. I planned it.
It's all planned. It's all planned, guys. It really is. Guild MM, of course, you know, he's just, you know, all these infusions, guys, they are duped, okay? They are all freshly mined from the trading post. Okay, we love to see that. Okay, you know, the infusion mafia powered, you know, courtesy of Cassiano, now being returned to the community, of course. Not indeed the case here, but hey, you never know, okay? Look, reading my YouTube comments, you might think otherwise. But here we go. All the teams are just preparing themselves here, ready to go around once again, okay? Let's see if they go. I mean, I'm seeing loads of floating players. I love this. This is a great bug. I enjoy this a lot. I'm seeing players just like levitating in the air. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
incredible
there's
stuff.
some improvements to be done from this arena and things like that. But I mean, welcome. This actually saved me a lot of money from the transfers, because most of the prize pool was going to go towards transfers. And the fact that they released this early on, just in time for the tournament, now the prize pool is entirely going to the winners and the guilds participating. So you know what? We love to see it.
Yeah, you really do. It's a fantastic addition, though.
Of course, now
starting both guilds still in stealth, SOT going for a re-stealth here with the Smoke Blast. Pain seeing where they are, though, and going for the engage.
Looks like they were going to engage that. And the Tempest from Pain, very low on pressure here, and you know, try and get that killed. It gets caught in the bubble, but actually recovers over there and manages to make their way back. SOT now going to try and go for another round, and now actually Pain coming in with their own push into SOT, and let's see the bubble coming out for that. Try and catch guilds off guard, but SOT still able to retaliate with their own bubble and kind of just disengage Pain over there and getting multiple kills.
Big catch. That's enemy leader. That's Pain leader down, and Pain leader cleaved out. Massive bubble from L. Oh, okay. Right, that is the entirety of Pain just wiped out in one fell swoop. And that can be the brutality of GVG, right? If you are not ready, if you aren't able to get caught there, there's so much damage. When you've got 15 players barreling down on you and you get caught in a bubble, with no boons, no stability, no possibility of recovering, well, that is exactly
and they actually engaged that. They went for the counter. They went for the second engage, and unfortunately gets caught up quickly.
And the problem that Pain is encountering, I believe, in these fights is that I think at least they're running a triple Spellbreaker comp. And a triple Spellbreaker comp, you will run 1 DPS Spellbreaker, maybe 2 DPS Spellbreakers, even depending on how your composition looks like. You're very heavy dependent on landing a melee engage. So if you push into an enemy bubble like this, and SOT is definitely saving their bubbles for defensive usage, you can run into a lot of trouble.
You win, sorry, yeah, but that freelance, gotta put your account in my stream chat below so I can actually send you your Snow Diamond Infusion. Congratulations.
Incredible. Incredible win right there. All right. So it's 3-1 now in favor of SOT. Looking pretty strong there indeed. That's probably one of the more decisive rounds in this tournament so far. Very, very big kills there been secured there. A key bubble. Cooldowns now being reset, of course, for these teams. I mean, listen, Garfried, what does Pain need to do here? Like, why are they having, you know, what are they going to do to win this game? You've got to land the bubbles, get the spike, get the nukes, get those kills. What do we need to see in this round if they want to make a recovery here?
They need to choose their engage, because right now they're running into SOT's damage for free, and they're paying a heavy price. So if they see the counter spike of SOT come out, they need to be ready for it, and they need to disengage.
They
Well,
do,
there you
and
go.
we'll see that now they're going to make their way as SOT goes towards the center stage of the arena. Really stealth. Pain might try and go for another re-stealth here if they can. Yes, they do. Will the Spellbreaker manage to reveal them? No, and they actually will come up right behind the tail of SOT. Both guilds actually not doing too much, but then they actually might find their target and try and cleave out SOT player over there. The Renegade, a little low. Another bubble coming out from them now, trying to counter that. Maybe get somebody. Pain's Firebrand needs to be careful over there. A little low, and we do manage to get the... who's that over there? Someone actually
good
gets
revival there onto the Dragon Hunter of Pain, actually. And yeah, Pain definitely having a bit of a tough start at the
The
start.
Dragon Hunter actually going down
again.
again. The bubble actually catches them off guard, but looks like Pain will actually be able to revive them.
Oh, they get it. Good downstate management here so far by Pain, actually. Once again, SOT get another kill there. They kill the Scrapper, and that's confirmed, actually, I believe. Yeah, confirmed kill on the Scrapper. That's exactly what we need to see. Pretty much all bubbles have been used up now. SOT land another one. However, they end up having a downstate of their own within that. But in fact, they get a kill of Fire, and that will be a really big deal if they kill that. And yeah, the CC is good. The knockback is fantastic. And a Renegade, and of course, the Firebrand die, and even more players dying onto the side. That is a pretty big win there for SOT. Like, good rally, a good hold. Things were a little bit scary there for a moment, and Pain was really trying to go for it, but the sustained pressure was too much. Kept going into downstate, and eventually they cracked under the pressure of SOT. And SOT pushed it to match point already in this series.
Pain actually running a Dragon Hunter in this fight. It's definitely something I didn't see before, but if you're running a Dragon Hunter in 15v15, I think you have a problem. Dragon Hunter in 15s, it's not very good. It doesn't strip, it doesn't necessarily see as much. And sometimes 15v15 is purely about stripping and controlling and then locking down targets so you can single target them. And Dragon Hunter has some utility that can provide that, but it's definitely not the best class. Would rather be looking for a Reaper or another Scourge in his place if I was Pain. Maybe they need to rethink their composition a little bit before they go into the next fight.
Yeah, they have a few players on the sides there. I'm not sure if they have a Necromancer though. I only see two. I see three substitutes in fact right now, but there's a Rev, a Scrapper, and a Firebrand available that they could potentially swap in, at least for the time being. So they may not be able to actually get a better alternative to what they already have. So, well, they've got to make it work somehow, I think, with the Dragon Hunter. Otherwise, they will be sent to the defeated realm.
And they're actually, not able to really keep up pressure on their end. Actually, SOT able to pretty much go through their bubbles, and of course, SOT does get caught in some of their bubbles, and but just Pain not able to finish down those people, and SOT just much better at getting their players back up and just countering back with that. And of course, now the next round underway over here, and we're gonna see if anyone gets the stealth reveal over here, as see SOT going to try and get into the center of the arena, and going to actually fight into Pain over here, and we'll see a bubble come out. Not yet, actually. Both guilds choosing to kind of hold the bubble early on and see just trading sides of the arena right now, and going for another engagement, maybe, perhaps. Pain actually goes for the re-stealth, and might try to catch SOT off guard here, and finally bubble coming out from SOT to counter that.
Pain really going for it here. They've got to win here, but they already lose one of their Tempests. In fact, the revive is good, but that's not a good start there, losing a player that early on and kind of having to burn some of these corners, and they're playing it a little bit safe, backing off to make sure they don't lose, but they lose another player. The Spellbreaker goes down. Will that be confirmed? No, the revival is once again good, but Pain just struggling to actually...
But Pain having to pop that bubble just to save that Spellbreaker, costing them a bubble that could have been used to an aggressive approach, and now you're having to use that bubble in a defensive approach. Now they, of course, come out with their offensive bubble here, and then, of course, SOT retaliating with a very own bubble over here, try and catch some players off guard. And the Tempest going down once again from Pain, and tries to get the revive. I believe that Tempest will probably go down again, and almost killed off, and it does get a confirmed kill. SOT ahead on this round again.
It's very tough so far for Pain. Good bubbles, and actually does generate a few downsets on SOT. And pull, that's a nice pull. Can they do anything with that? No, they cannot. Pain not able to get any value out of that, and SOT probably feeling pretty confident right now. We'll be able to look for the kill. Of course, now they find two more. A Scourge gets completely demolished immediately, and there's a Firebrand down there. They need to revive that, or is that's going to be...
It's going to be called a GG. There's no point in reviving, as it is a round point to 6-1-3. SOT really in it to win it right here. Of course, unfortunately for Pain, this is a very bad start for them. This is their very first match in this group stage for them. It's their very first match in the tournament. I mean, coming out of a win for this would have been a huge momentum boost for Pain. And of course, their baguettes definitely are dying a lot right now. So the idea of my baguette will never die is really not working over here.
That's an unfortunate loss there for Payne, and it's a good redemption out there for SOT. Obviously, SOT, as you said, having a tough time so far in the tournament, like being down 2, making that back to a 1-2 score for the group stage. The redemption arc can maybe begin now for SOT in the tournament there. Of course, the bow there, the GG for the entire match now being concluded there. But yeah, pretty interesting games there.
Definitely. Unfortunate for Payne. Now they have much more work to go towards in their group stages, and we're starting to see a bit of the group stages form. Actually, before I do that, I have to open up the next giveaway. I'm behind on my giveaways. Phospholuminescent Infusion, 560 gold infusion. Need to open up a giveaway for this.
Indeed. Well, do you have any thoughts for us, Garfried, on the tournament so far, on the games that we saw today? Tell us. Who are the big guilds? Who are the big guilds that the viewers should be watching out for in EU?
The big guilds are XV, Beam, and WHOP. I think those are the top 3, and then there's a bit of a gap towards the other guilds. I think IY is pretty close. I think IQ is pretty close. I think Inc is also pretty close, even though they lost 5-0 today against XV. But I think that's basically the top 3, and then there's like a sub-top of another 4 guilds or so that are trying to catch up.
Trying to get there. Of course, the tournament's got a good amount of time in it, right? It's a long tournament.
It's a month-long tournament. I mean, we wanted to give the matches as much time because, you don't want to rush this, right? You want to give it 1 month group stages. You want to get the regional finals. You want to get the global finals. And so for a lot of these teams, this is it's the perfect time for the tournament because there was already a competitive scene starting up for about 3-4 months, and this tournament came at the right time for them because the scene was starting to get revived already, and this tournament just kind of changed that again for them.
Indeed. Actually, you know what? Give me the rundown of NA, because of course our very own Roy is playing in, I believe, a very strong team on the North American servers, of course, Requiem. But I think there are a few teams there on NA, I believe, Garford as well, who are some contenders, right? Some contenders for potentially, bashing up against some of the EU teams in the global finals. So what are we looking at over there on NA?
So for NA, we've got right now, of course, let's see that. So we've got Requiem already taking the win against Gal over here, 5-0 Requiem. Of course, Roy's guild is a heavy favorite on NA to win, of course. So for Roy, RQM has to actually worry about sequence. SQ is also a heavy favorite on the NA side to win. Of course, they're not in the same group stage, so they will probably meet towards the regional final brackets. So for Group A over here, we've got RQM already beating Gal. Of course, we got ISUP versus the boys, and then Wagyu Steak versus Borless Pumpers. So RQM in their group stage, they probably have to worry about Wagyu, and then maybe I'll say Borless Pumpers. That's actually Expandus' guild. Expandus is a well-known World vs. World commander, of course, having his own organized group for this. So for Requiem, they are the heavy favorites in their group stage to win. Of course, maybe only Steak could be a bit of a competition, but I believe RQM should go undefeated in their group stage. On Group B on the NA, we have Nudica's guild, Midnight Mafia, against Apocalypse Now. And then we, of course, got Sequence, a very huge favorite on the NA side to win, of course, on the same skill level as RQM. They'll be fighting up, they've already won against Strike Force 5-0. Strike Force is actually a well-known World vs. World open field guild. They've been well-known for about, 5 years in, or actually 8 years in Guild Wars 2, and the guild itself is 15 years old. So we got we've got Sequence, SQ, we got Can't Cherry Pick, and just shut up, watch me CC. Cherry Pick is also a very good guild on Group B side, so Sequence maybe has to watch out for Can't Cherry Pick. Interesting to see how Nudica performs with Midnight Mafia. But I believe RQM and Steak might take Group A in terms of advancing to regional finals. From Group B, my 2 guilds that I predict will leave Group B will be SQ and Pick into the regional finals all NA.
I'm going to call this for NA already. I think SQ is going to win it.
Wait for the NA or the whole thing? The whole
NA tournament. So the NA regional side of the tournament. I think SQ is pretty good. I've seen them play on EU a little bit, and they're strong, quite strong.
And of course, there's always the NA versus the EU kind of drama beef thing. Like, do you, Garfred, do you find it even between the two teams, between the two regions here? Like, are we going to have a very, very close global final? Because of course, the final stage of the tournament is indeed completely global. We'll be seeing all teams going up against each other, both regions, NA and EU, battling out to find the ultimate guild in the GVG 15v15 deathmatch format. Like, is it even, do you have a personal favorite? You know, like, are you going to be Team EU or Team NA?
I'm just gonna say 2 words. NA Omega Low.
Wow. Oh. Okay.
The
So,
EU matches, definitely, there's more closer games on the EU. I mean, on EU, you've got Big Whopper, WHOP, a very well-known GVG guild on the EU side. You've also got Beam, you've got WOA, you've got where is it? There's more guilds. Where's the other guilds? You've got XV, which we actually saw crush Hard Engage Inc. So you have too many guilds over there, and you also got IQ IY, who are also pretty good in skill level. They could actually make a challenge. Of course, the bigger guilds are WHOP and XV and Beam over here on the EU side. So more competitive teams on the EU side. And yeah, I think definitely it's EU's tournament to lose in terms of if you compare EU and NA. EU should be winning this tournament by a margin. So some work to be done on NA, of course. And that's the thing. The GVG side on NA has been tired for a long time. Of course, there has been many great GVG guilds on NA over the years, but right now the scene is really EU. EU is king right now. EU rules over the GVG scene, and this tournament we'll see maybe some NA guilds pull up some victories. We'll see maybe RQM or Sequence take on maybe a global final winner on the EU side. Very hard to call who could actually end up on the global finals from EU, but we'll see that in the regional finals, of course, over the next coming weeks.
I am certainly looking forward to all of the banter between the two regions for the global finals. It's going to be epic indeed. I mean, EU often the favorite as usual, but you know there have been a few upsets over time, I think. And you know I would never count out Roy. Okay, like Roy, he's my boy, right? Roy is going to slam this. Okay, Roy will destroy. He is here to win this tournament. You know, look. Okay, he is here to achieve victory, take home all that gold, and then give it all to me as well. So it's going to be epic.
I would love to see Roy win, you know, because like it's actually like he actually helped set like I've been telling him I want to do a GVG tournament for like over a year or 2 years now, and he told me like a few months ago like I don't think it's possible to do a GVG tournament. I was like, why not? And he's like, because we have to pay for transfers, and who's going to do that? And I was like, well, I'll do that. And then he was like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're having a tournament. And I was like, okay, so how is it going to work? Because, you know, I need you to help me set it up. But then, of course, when it comes to the admin side, Roy can't really be involved because if he wants to compete. And he's like, you know what? I want to compete. It's been a while since there's been a tournament. And he's like, I really want to compete. And he was like, I'm not going to be adminning on this tournament. I want to be competing because it's the, you know, once in a while, you know, 2 years since they've had a GVG tournament. So, you know, Roy is in it to win it, and I'd like to see it. You know, you want to see Roy the boy win, get the win for NA, and of course secure the supremacy bragging rights over there as well for NA. And he's also, by the way, he's the GVG police captain. We have our merchandise and everything, but Roy is actually our elected commander, commissioner, captain, everything.
Indeed. It's fantastic stuff. It really is, guys. Okay. When I see some GVG police mugs, GVG police merchandise, I want a uniform. I want every single one of the GVGs role playing in uniforms. They're at their computers, right? Just going crazy, ready to deny anyone who dares to interfere with the fine art of GVG. And we'd love to see that. But anyway, I believe you guys have got some more matches. So in fact, they're going on right now, actually, or maybe some scrims or something like that. So I think I'll leave you guys to that. Of course, awesome stuff there. Glad to be involved. And of course, you'll be seeing a lot more of this later on as well when all the tours there. So stay tuned for more. Everyone on both streams. The GVG Tournament is just starting to heat up. It's going to be an epic event, some epic going there as well. But yeah, see you guys later. Okay, good stuff.
Cheers. All right. Well, it looks like we actually have some scrims now. We're actually done with the matches for today, aren't we?
Yes, we are. These are just some after-hour scrim, I would say. I actually deceased from the game, so I am no longer able to cast.
All right. Well, chat. We still have our giveaway going on, right? So while I don't know if Garfield reconnects, chat, we still have our giveaway going on for a phospholuminescent infusion, which is a 560 gold infusion. Exclamation point rigged. We'll do it after this round. So you got about a minute or so to enter. Exclamation point rigged in chat to enter a phospholuminescent infusion giveaway. Make sure you are following the stream. If you're not following the stream, you can't win this giveaway. So make sure you follow the stream. IQ actually getting revealed out here. I'm going to engage WHOP over here and try and get some kills over here. Trying to get a target over here. WHOP actually able to get out of that bubble from IQ. And they're actually going to try and single out this player over here. Actually, IQ Scourge goes down immediately and in quick fashion gets cleaved out from WHOP. And WHOP now charging them with their own bubble. And try and get more kills down on IQ. Bubble coming out over here to kind of disengage WHOP. But does not phase them one bit. And actually the Daredevil almost got caught up over there. And WHOP now trying to make sure they don't get caught up in anything. Trying to, of course, continue the pace here. Of course, the WHOP Renegade almost went down here. And actually gets full cleaved over here. I believe that was the Renegade getting cleaved out over on WHOP side. IQ now one-on-one over here. And well, actually multiple kills over there. I can't confirm that other kill. WHOP now charging in for their engagement, their next engagement over here. And they actually lose a player over here. Can they get them up? The Scourge actually does get the revive up. And the WHOP able to keep that Scourge alive just a bit more. And going to try and focus up a little bit spread out here. You don't want to get that spread out too much from your team. And WHOP actually going to get punished for that. The Spellbreaker going down gets revived. At least they managed to save that. The Lich coming out from WHOP. Now we'll see if anything happens from that Lich. I don't know if Garfield is still here, but I continue casting. The Tempest going down from WHOP and actually manages to make their way over here. But WHOP actually going to lose a player over there. I believe unless they get the re-stealth on them. Very interesting game. Multiple cleaves, multiple wins, multiple revives happening. A bubble coming out over here from IQ. And try and get something out of WHOP here. And WHOP actually retaliating with a defensive bubble in a way from their own side. And going to try and focus this Daredevil. And actually will try to cleave them down. IQ actually coming out with a bubble to kind of remove the pressure over there. But proceeds to get, focused from WHOP over here. And now WHOP coming out with the bubble.
There,
actually catches the Daredevil off guard and will confirm that kill. WHOP taking the kill for them, making a comeback in this match. And both teams still going out at it here. Of course, need to be careful now because the next few kills could determine the actual game here for someone. And WHOP a little spread out here. A little overextension over there. And hopefully they don't get punished for that. We'll see the Firebrand from IQ get kind of targeted here. Nothing here over there. But actually another confirmed kill from WHOP. I can't see who that was from the IQ side, but do get a confirmed kill on them. WHOP actually ahead on this matchup and will get the Spellbreaker and actually gets called. IQ losing this round. WHOP very good back and forth between both guilds.
All right, I just came into the arena, so I'm ready to cast again. It kind of looked like IQ had overhand for such a long time. It was just, I think the problem they had was they were not able to capitalize on single target focusing. Like maybe their single target focus not as strong, and it was not really possible for them to convert the pressure overhand that they had, and WHOP making it back into the match just by superior execution.
Yeah, and I think, either way, though, I think WHOP actually managed to come back. WHOP was actually about to lose that round, too. I mean, they overextended and lost the first player there. And very good for them to come back and kind of retaliate. And you see, this is high-level, the high-level skill of both guilds, really. Like, both of them are able to take multiple downs, but still keep going. And then, of course, IQ getting more downs in the round, and the kills getting confirmed over on the WHOP side. And IQ still able to go, and that level of pressure is what you need to operate on in this level of gaming, right? Especially when we get into regional finals and global finals. That's what you need to be ready for. You need to be ready to turn around, back around, and basically take the win off the other team.
WHOP definitely ready to capitalize on any mistakes that the opponent is making. If you are overextending, if you're splitting off, if you are opening yourself up to get spiked or locked down, they will go for it. You need to be very careful.
Looks like I will have to re-roll that phospoluminescent. Yes. Remnants, congratulations on the win. You got to put your account in stream chat below. Please make sure you actually have your stream, you know, your account ID ready, because I mean, 2 minutes and then have to re-roll, and then if you basically 2.5 minutes put your account ID, it's very unfortunate, you know. Of course, now WHOP getting stealthier, or actually they got revealed, I believe. Did not focus too much, but yeah, let's see. WHOP actually going to maybe try and get a re-stealth IQ over at the other side of the arena, and actually we'll get the re-stealth just before, and WHOP now of course realizing that, and we'll go back towards their end and try and get maybe a reveal, and they do actually get the reveal from the scrapper, and both guilds now fighting each other, meeting each halfway into the arena right now, and we'll see anything that happens. No bubbles just yet, and we'll see if one comes out. Actually does come out over here. Both teams coming out with both of their own bubbles over here, trying to get some focus. The IQ Renegade almost falling down, and I believe they actually managed to stealth that Renegade out.
Indeed. He does manage to get out, but one Tempest dead on the side of IQ, so that's a support down for IQ. They will start losing over time if they do get kills very, very soon. They need to find some lockdown, some target they can focus on, but instead the Mesmer will go down state, and he will get banished and finished off, cleaved out very soon. There he goes. 2 kills now in favor of WHOP. It's going to be very hard for IQ to come back. If they land a good spike here, they still can. They're going for it, and they actually managed to get one WHOP player down state, and he's still down. He does get finished off, so IQ making a bit of a
from WHOP, so that's a big knockoff on them as well. Now it's but of course WHOP ready to retaliate back once again, and I believe that's going to be 1 to 2 right now.
Thief down for WHOP.
Yeah,
the WHOP Thief was downstate for a short bit, but he actually got instantly rest by Signet, I believe. So very good gameplay by WHOP now going in for finishing some kills, and I believe there is a Scrapper very vulnerable here, but he is not being focused.
But very close up here, and of course now they're going to try and focus that up, and at this point the bubble should be closing in again for another engagement, and we'll see if that happens. We'll see WHOP actually going now for more focus, keeping the pressure up on IQ, and IQ really more just focusing up, and there you go, the bubbles actually do come back up into the rounds, and actually manages to get a kill on the Daredevil over here. WHOP actually losing their Daredevil, and of course another kill gonna be traded maybe on the side here. No, the IQ Scrapper manages to make their way out. Bubble coming out from WHOP to kind of counter more.
IQ actually wins that rally war by killing off the Renegade that they managed to get down, so they rally their own Thief. But now IQ under a lot of pressure. Bubble coming out from WHOP. Scrapper barely survives, though. He goes down now. IQ needs to be ready for the rest, but they are too late, and now 3 down states for IQ. Very big spike by WHOP, trying to punish the Huntress that they tried to use on the Scrapper, and this is going to be drawn in favor of WHOP, ultimately.
Of course, multiple kills between both teams, but WHOP actually turning it. That actual downstate managed to get WHOP to put up a bubble and then actually catch the other 3 players off guard on IQ. Very good round from WHOP. Mohix, thanks so much for the tier 1 subscription, being a legendary gem. I appreciate that so much. And of course, Levy Green and Z, the Twitch Prime Gaming, getting that ×3 sub luck, and of course, early access to videos on YouTube. I got actually, somebody actually responded. All right, Rim actually responded towards their win. Phospholuminescent Infusion, congratulations on your win. Love to see it right there. All right, perfect. Congratulations on your Phospholuminescent win. Ghostly Infusion will be next to give away. Giveaway will not start just yet. We'll give it another couple minutes before we start another one. Hey, what's up, Jinxie and Mel? I see you guys. Check my mail. Oh, I mean, wrong account. This is my alt account. On the main one, I can. No problem, Bam. Thanks so much for whatever you've sent. Trying to probably get more prizes in the GVG pool. All right. Well, let's see what can change between IQ and WHOP. Of course, these guilds both heavy favorites to meet at some point in the regional finals. And of course, for IQ, there's pressure to knock down WHOP. I mean, WHOP is, you know, as much as the name says, big Whopper. They are the big players here, right? They are heavy favorites to win on the EU side. So, it's going to be interesting to see if there's a guild that can knock them up. And of course, WHOP does have XV and Beam, heavy favorites as well, also that could knock them up in the GVG tournament and actually get them out. Let's see if anything happens over this. The bubbles coming out early on from both guilds. WHOP actually losing a player, multiple downs from WHOP. Actually, the Scrapper going down, get the revive. The Reaper, though, unfortunately, already cleaved out.
Good engage by IQ, catching WHOP a little bit unaware. WHOP not going for the re-engage. There are a little splits, so this might be a problem for WHOP. If they overextend here, they might get punished very hard. They managed to get through quite cleanly. They still have a bubble available, so
try and get the Firebrand down. They do get the WHOP Firebrand in downstate. Gets the revive, of course. WHOP able to quickly get that Firebrand up, but they have to be careful. Multiple downs could happen at any moment.
Leader of WHOP actually down. He died. It was cleaved out, I believe. Yes, that's going to be it. Run goes in favor of IQ. Very quick catch by IQ on 2 WHOP players. They managed to get one up, but the other one is finished off, and then IQ just keeps up the pressure and keeps killing WHOP players, ultimately leading to the death of the WHOP leader.
Yeah. I believe that's actually 2-1 in favor of WHOP, right? From when we started.
Yes.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, there we go. It was actually a good skirmish that we should add on to the YouTube channel. So I probably will include the skirmish into the next set of videos.
Yeah, IQ is actually doing really well in the scrim. It's not necessarily meaningful. Maybe WHOP is trying out some new strategies, or it's just a scrim is a saying for a reason. But still, IQ seems to be doing quite well. Four to 1 according to the chat.
It's actually 4v1. Oh, okay, so yeah, that was probably the skirmishes we missed off when we were explaining the tournament with Teapot and things like that. All right, 4-1. Interesting. Both guilds are just about ready to start for another round. Of course, as many skirmishes as possible. More practice for a lot of these guilds. Just kind of improve their strategy over in the tournament. And, I mean, the group stages are starting to shape up as we've seen, right? I mean, we're starting to get a clear idea of who's going to advance into the regional finals.
Yeah, we're starting to get an idea also. Some of the guilds that we haven't seen before now got some rounds in, so we have a better idea of sort of what the power ranking is between the guilds.
Yeah, and their playstyle, of course.
WHOP going for a catch on the Renegade, who was revealed early on.
Does not actually manage to do any of that. But of course, WHOP needs to be careful. One of their own players almost got caught over there with IQ engaging. Of course, bubble coming out from both sides. Over here, WHOP with their own bubble to counter that other bubble. And nothing really being done here, just kind of exchanging. And IQ need to be careful. They walked into a catch, trying to actually catch a bubble on WHOP here. Almost got them.
Very good bubble IQ. I believe they still have one available. So what we need to be careful. And actually, the leader is down from. He got instantly cleaved out. I believe that's it. Leader of WHOP is down, and they're going to call it just straight up. IQ coming up with a little bit of that leader focus, intentionally or not.
Interesting to see. I don't know if it was intentional, because I mean, it just looked like they got caught quickly in the middle of a. It was in the middle of a bubble, so I would not surprised the leader just wasn't prepared for that.
I mean, the bubble of IQ was really, really good. You saw that WHOP actually completely split around it. Some tried to go around the left side, some tried to go through, some tried to go around the right side. And WHOP decided to continue with the push on that, which I believe is definitely a mistake. If you're having to go through or around a bubble, you usually don't really have the resources to continue your push. And there's a high chance that you will get punished for it. And that's ultimately what ended up happening in the scrim. So maybe a little bit of a driver mistake here.
That's definitely, and as you see, get actually punish them for it. And of course, yeah, it kind of just stops their momentum, of course, because they can't really rally to do a different engagement of their own, right? They just kind of have to quickly find their group mates and gather up again, and that kind of slows your momentum and allows the other guild to kind of somehow, if they can get lucky, which in this case IQ actually managed to focus up and actually get a kill down on the WHOP driver, actually ending the GVG round right there. Yeah, there's no giveaway open up yet. I haven't opened up the next giveaway just yet. Right, next round going up here for the skirmish. Beautiful fights back and forth between IQ and WHOP. We'll see if anything comes out of this. Both guilds collapsing onto each other, and the engage starts right there. And we'll see if anyone gets focused. That Soul Beast almost got caught up there, and it actually just makes their way back. Now IQ going to refocus and comes out with a bubble of their own to try and move something, but actually doesn't actually get anything with that bubble. WHOP now counter engages with their own bubble.
Oh, what a waste.
Yeah, what a waste of bubbles actually from both sides, to be honest. That was a little bit of an interesting approach. We'll see what makes up of this. And now actually IQ goes for their next bubble, tries to catch somebody, and they do. Maybe the Reaper going to get hard focused over here and might actually get killed and cleaved out and managed to get the revive here, but WHOP able to get them back up.
Good counterback from WHOP, not actually multiple downs inside of IQ. They managed to get them all up, but IQ under heavy pressure, and their Necro does get finished off, so one player in favor of WHOP now. Let's see if they can continue the pressure here. IQ used all the bubbles, so I think WHOP just has more or less a free way to push into IQ at this point in time. Let's see if they can go for some more single targets now. IQ going for a re-engage, trying to get something done. They need to get some kills here, otherwise they will start slowly losing this fight.
And by being a player
down.
Almost got focused over there, and now both guilds a little disfocused right now, and need to kind of watch out and try not get too overhyped and extended over here. IQ's Spellbreaker might get singled out here, and if WHOP will try to... No, IQ smartly moves into that side and catches their own player back into their group, and see if more exchanges between both guilds. Not much coming out over here, and go for the next engagement here from WHOP's side.
Well, just trying to grind out IQ. You can see the CCLs already starts to land a lot on IQ. IQ is kind of running low on cooldowns. Not much stability available towards them, and I think they're going to just call it here, yeah. Losing another, I believe it was a Tempest, and IQ just calls it at that point, having no more support available towards them. I see a question in chat about the bubble. What is it? It's the elite skill of the Spellbreaker specialization, and it is the most, or one of the most impactful skills in the game, or in the GVG game mode at least. What it does, it AoE strips, and it also prevents you from applying boons. So it is very good in catching people inside a bomb, and if they cannot receive stability anymore because of the disenchantment debuff, that can be a very secure way to finish off your kills.
Yep, definitely. And of course, you don't want to get caught up in that. Of course, gives a chance for a lot of people to get caught up in that. Of course, you have to, as soon as you get inside a bubble from the enemy team, you gotta get out. You gotta find a way to get out. Left, right, whichever side is the easiest way for you to get out, you gotta get out. And of course, you have to somehow make your way back to the team. And sometimes you get caught in the bubble where your teammate or your other group is kind of on the other side. It can be very challenging, because if you get out of the bubble, you'll still get focused up and possibly could get killed if you're not careful. Next round coming up here, and actually IQ gets revealed over here. WHOP actually going to take that and going to engage, and the fight goes in directly on IQ. See if anything happens out of this. Focusing, trying to get some kills here. WHOP now going to continue the pressure, maybe gets out their bubble and see if they catch anybody off guard over here.
Very good bubble by WHOP, actually catching two players, I believe, on the side a bit. Maybe putting a little bit of focus towards the IQ Thief, now going for the re-engage. Another bubble drops down on IQ, heavy pressure here. IQ is kind of trying to disengage, trying to reset the fight a little bit. Now going through and using their bubble of their own. Maybe catching a couple players here. Actually, the Thief goes down from WHOP, and also the Mesmer, I believe, is downstate, and he gets finished off immediately. So a lot of damage going down from IQ. IQ now with a player advantage here. Losing the Mesmer, however, is not necessarily the biggest of deals. Definitely winnable for WHOP, and they do get another player down. I believe that's Guardian downstate for IQ, and now multiple downstates, a Renegade and a Necro downstate.
Down a little bit. Their Scourge will get cleaved out, and WHOP actually turning this back into their favor now a little bit. Multiple kills on WHOP's side now, and might seem a comeback from their side. And
WHOP is very split though. Need to be careful.
Yeah, they might overextend, and that might cost them some of this momentum over here that they built up.
Losing actually the Reaper on the side there, and now WHOP kind of starts cracking. There's another Renegade in the downstate for WHOP. WHOP needs to recover here, but the Renegade is down again. It will get cleaved out. There he is, finished off. So IQ now with a definitive advantage, and they might just keep on the push here. trying to convert the win, and there they go. Trying to lock down these soul beasts here, I believe, but the soul beast does get out.
Another
Trying to
basically
reset the plate a
target
little bit.
from WHOP getting targeted over here. Now they actually make a bubble over here out of this. Kind of, you know, IQ able to kite out of that quickly in quick fashion, of course. Another bubble, but of course WHOP's players are kind of getting caught off guard here, and more people getting downed over here, and we'll start to see another bubble over here. I mean, that should be all their bubbles, and they might not be any more to save them. And of course IQ coming out with their own bubble, trying to catch somebody.
Oh, huge bubble. Huge bubble by IQ. This is definitely going to break up WHOP. Had to use a lot of cooldowns to get out of the bubble, and now we'll probably see them crack as they start running out of support cooldowns. There's a warrior in downside. He will get finished off. Another scrapper in downside, getting banished. Does get rest up by a lucky Signet, I believe. Now IQ trying to push in for the Firebrand. Firebrand will get focused down. He does get illusioned, however, so he will stay alive for a little bit
And
longer.
now they will call it at that as soon as the Firebrand gets killed. One less support class for WHOP, of course, can no longer sustain anything with the support class going down. And yeah, IQ takes this round again. Very good back and forth, of course. And yeah, very good bubbles as well from IQ over there, catching the WHOP players really off guard over here.
Seems like WHOP is struggling a little bit with the AoE pressure that IQ is putting out.
This 10v10, no, this is a 15 versus 15. Yeah, 15 versus 15, and there's no limits on the round timing. It's just kind of, it's a death match until one team has to call GG. GG is basically like good game. So like if a team calls GG, it's done for. And then of course, usually the commanders or the drivers from each squad will whisper each other. So if a team calls GG, they'll whisper the other, like in the match, they'll just say GG, and then the other commander will basically tell their players to stop fighting, and you know, both teams confirm the round in terms of in favor of the winner, of course, of that round. So that is what it is. All right, let's actually start the giveaway for the next one, because you guys are very confident, or very I would say very excited, you know. So I'll do the ghostly infusion over here. Start giveaway. Let's go. A 90 gold on the line. All right, next round actually underway already from WHOP and IQ. And actually both teams are going to go in for the engage right here, and nothing coming out of that. Of course, just trading sides over this point here, and no bombs yet, no or should I say no bubbles yet from this side. IQ actually goes for a bit of a stealth over here, and now bomb coming out, or sorry, a bubble coming out of WHOP, and just actually catch the Tempest on the IQ side, and will get cleaved out maybe. Yes, they do get cleaved out. The Tempest, very slow cleave, but still manages to come through for WHOP.
Which played by WHOP, they knew that IQ was in stealth, and they knew exactly what they were going to do. So they just decided, okay, we're going to place a bubble exactly where we expect them to push. And even though they are in stealth, we will just be able to corrupt and kill them. And that's exactly what happened. IQ pushed through the bubble in stealth, and they get punished for it. Very nice play by WHOP, making sure that they catch IQ.
Yeah, and WHOP, of course, showing why they can sometimes react to their gameplay. Of course, some of the times for some of these rounds, you know, it's sometimes it's really catching a team off guard, right? Just placing a well-timed bubble is all it takes sometimes to turn the round, and that's really what it comes down to sometimes. So you'll start to see some of this as well happen in some of these matches, where one round is really just a well-timed bomb catches, or well-timed bubble catches the enemy team off guard, you know, chopping a couple players and then instant, you know, killing those players. Now, of course, we're underway on the next round for this skirmish here. Both teams just basically getting practice in for the Champions Tournament, and underway here. WHOP actually gets revealed, and will they actually re-stealth up? We'll see if anything happens out of that. IQ actually is still in their stealth mode, and they actually find WHOP and will engage WHOP right here, and see if they can kind of get anything out of this. No bubbles yet from any side coming out here, and IQ you know, just kind of engaging, but of course nothing coming out of that first engage. Now WHOP coming in with their own, and of course a bubble from IQ to try and set something out of WHOP. Nothing coming out of that bubble. Another bubble coming out here and maybe try and catch someone and WHOP with their own bubble of their own kind that try and retaliate. Of course, IQ also stepping out of that bubble, so nothing coming in from their end. Bubble number 2 from WHOP goes up as well and does not catch anyone else just yet. And we'll see if there's anyone focused. And then we're here underway. Nothing else right now. Both guilds just kind of targeting each other. Trying to find a mark over here. One pull, I believe, the Spellbreaker from IQ gets pulled. Nothing coming out of that as well. And yeah, both guilds kind of just trading places over here. Unless there's a kill. The Lich from WHOP does come out over here. And we'll see if that focuses and comes into play over here. And see if anything happens. WHOP a little bit disorganized, but needs to find their mark. And of course, focus a kill down. And they look like they are trying to go for a kill over here. Of course, the WHOP Reaper already killed over here on the side somehow. And unfortunately, WHOP already down a Reaper. And we'll see if anything else comes out of this. And
Shade Spike now landing on top of WHOP, and they do manage to get a counter kill. Actually, the Necro is down on IQ. Do they get res? No, they do not. So WHOP with a counter kill now. Very nice comeback by them, potentially. WHOP not going for the re-engage. Already, actually, they are stuck a little bit on the backside, and there's a Firebrand downset for WHOP. I believe that's going to be a huge problem if that Firebrand does go down and he is finished off. So that's going to be maybe a round called in favor for IQ, possibly. Yes, it is.
it is. And very unfortunate over there. The Reaper actually getting targeted down. And then, of course, WHOP losing their Firebrand there, losing a support class. It's very unfortunate for them. IQ, very good and able to kind of just move around. Actually, a bit more smoother gameplay from them this round. Of course, the bubbles were not really catching anyone off guard. Of course, the same could be said for WHOP. Bubbles did not really catch anyone that much. So both teams actually not really relying on the bubbles, but actually just more of one target focused gameplay. I think the Reaper did somehow get caught on the first bubble from IQ. So maybe the Reaper got killed off in that first bubble at least.
IQ maybe coming out with some strategies that they are finding against WHOP inside this very scrim. Because we came in when it was 4-1 and now it's 4-6 favor of WHOP. So IQ has been actually winning most of the most recent rounds.
Yeah, definitely. Someone I think Ilimem is one of the, or sometimes I think one of the actor from the Timo Cruz from movie Coach Carter 2005. Are you there? I definitely not related. No, do not think so. Not that I know of. Thanks so much for the follows. Yeah, make sure you guys are following the stream. If you follow the stream, you can enter into the giveaway. So if you'd like to be part of the giveaway, you must follow the stream. We're going to see the next round actually, and like you said, IQ actually winning most of the recent rounds here, and WHOP needs to change their strategy a little bit. WHOP actually going to the back side of their side on the arena to continue their stealth, and might actually re-stealth here soon. We'll see if that happens. IQ actually getting revealed over here on this side. And both guilds actually now know where they are, and we'll actually see WHOP taking the initiative here for the engage, and will they try and focus out a target?
I believe no targets caught yet so far. No bubbles going down. Exchange of bubbles, actually not really anyone getting caught much in that.
IQ Spellbreaker a little slow on getting out of the bubble, and IQ getting caught. No, actually manages to get out of the next WHOP bubble, and IQ with their own bubble of their own, try and catch someone off guard. But of course, they're going to lose their Scourge. Actually, no, gets the revive on the Scourge. IQ still in it to win it. The Scourge still heavy focused here and might actually go down again. It does look like they are going to go down. Will get killed, cleaved out. IQ losing down their Scourge.
Thief of WHOP actually doing a lot of work, going ahead of the spike. Just jumping in and vaulting on top of the IQ players. Placing a lot of pressure and damage down on the IQ players. IQ definitely need to respect that now. IQ going in for the engage. Trying to mobilize people on the tail, but actually not really landing anything. And now WHOP has a chance to go for the re-engage now. Well spike coming up from WHOP. A lot of AoE pressure. IQ is trying to disengage using stealth arrows, but actually they lose a player on the disengage. So WHOP with an advantage now, and IQ is actually just going to call it here. Too much pressure, too many downstates, and WHOP takes the round.
Round win for WHOP, and WHOP actually still managing to stay kind of ahead in the skirmish that they are having. Of course, just the gameplay over here. Very close rounds, of course, from both teams. And of course, this is the level of play when you look at teams at top tier. WHOP able to get some good kills over in that round. Actually, very good engagement from WHOP over there. Actually managing to quickly get the kills confirmed. and heavy focus. We saw the Scourge go down quickly in quick fashion, gets the revive, but then still heavy focus on the Scourge. Second time is the charm, and WHOP able to cleave out a quick kill early on. There's a giveaway happening. Yes, there's a giveaway happening. Exclamation point rigged for a Ghostly Infusion, and we'll draw the winner in a minute, or I would say right after the next round. So we'll draw the winner after the next round. So exclamation point rigged for a Ghostly Infusion. Winner will be called soon. So you have about 2 minutes. If you have not entered already, now's your chance. Make sure you're following the stream so you can actually join the giveaway. You have to be a follower of the stream to actually enter giveaways on stream. All right, we're almost underway here for another round of these skirmishes, and very good skirmishes as well, I must say. Good practice, but also it gives you an idea of what some of these guilds are made out of.
For sure. IQ, I think it's actually very nice to see them improve a little bit, because I believe previously when they fought WHOP, they heavily favored in favor of WHOP, and now now they seem to be more or less even on even terms, and that's just a very nice thing to see. That guilds improving in the middle of the tournament is always a sight to behold, because you can just see how much effort they're putting in, and it's a very nice thing to see.
Definitely. Oh, look at that. People in chat actually spamming their age, how long they've been following the stream. Nicely. Love to see it. Mel actually following the stream for over a year and 6 months. Mel, one of the original followers of the stream, and of course, same with Famousin. All right, both guilds actually collapsing into each other, and next round underway here. WHOP's actual Daredevil gets targeted and hard focused, manages to revive him. They actually use a defensive bubble over here actually to get to get the IQ disengaged over here, and they're going to focus the Spellbreaker next. IQ with another well-timed bubble does not actually catch anything from WHOP, but might be able to get them some other focus to maybe shift the round in their favor. Both guilds kind of exchanging it. WHOP, of course, with their own bubble on their side, and let's try to see if anything comes up over here. And yeah, both teams just kind of trying to exchange something. Of course, the Reaper from WHOP already went down on the other IQ bubble that actually happened previously. So yeah, not looking good for WHOP right now. Of course, IQ still backing up here, and actually multiple downs from IQ. The Scourge from IQ gets cleaved out. WHOP actually here with the comeback, and will they be able to turn the tide in this round for their favor? IQ still trying to keep it, win it, and of course WHOP coming up with their own pressure, of course, going to try and target more people on their plays here. And of course, we're going to start to see maybe bubbles coming up here soon in a bit, as both teams have already long time, it's been a long while since their bubbles have been used up, so we might see them coming up again shortly in a bit. And both teams actually now trying to get a focus, trying to get something going on here. WHOP actually going over here to try and focus down that Scourge, and they actually will get the kill. IQ now down as another player, and actually gets called over there, and the IQ in heavy favor to lose the round. And there you go, WHOP actually taking the round. No bubble from the second time out, so bubbles expended out of both guilds, but of course WHOP here manages to win the round without a second round of bubbles, and win this in a good fashion.
Nice comeback actually by WHOP, losing the first player, but having very good single target focus and winning the rally war in the third engage on the southeast side of the arena, managing to come back in the fight.
Definitely. What does simulate ecto gamble mean? So basically we have like you can gamble your channel points here, so that's what the ecto gamble is. It's like a play on the ecto gambling in the game. Except you're gambling your channel points, and basically the way you gamble is there's the instructions there. If you gamble, you could win more channel points, or you could lose your channel points, and it's really just like for fun if you want to gamble points or something. It's a bait. Yeah, basically it's a bait. Did we actually close our last prediction? I don't think we did.
Like, now going for another round against WHOP. First bubble is down, and WHOP is kind of moving around it. Going for the re-engage on IQ, who is a little bit in the corner now. IQ going in for the breaches, and actually one WHOP warrior, actually a renegade there, getting punched a little bit for overextending, and he was illusioned and then instantly killed off again. Now IQ following up with another kill on the Scrapper. Scrapper goes to the downside and will also be finished off. IQ relentlessly pursuing WHOP, and WHOP is kind of trying to disengage here. Maybe they're just going to call it after the Mesmer also went down, and that's 4 players down now for WHOP. And they're just going to call it. A run goes in favor of IQ.
Did I actually give the score to WOP earlier? So is it 7-5 or 8-5?
8-5.
8-5, right? Yeah, I did not score the other round. 8-5. There we go. All right, expedition port rigged, guys, for a ghostly infusion. Going to draw the winner in one. Actually, not even 1 second. We'll draw the winner now, like in 20-ish seconds. So if you have not entered, make sure you enter. Make sure you follow the stream. Get engaged, all right? Get active with the stream, right? Make sure you follow for the giveaways, and of course, because it's a great stream, of course, we're basically bringing you all these competitions: Champions of the Mist, GVG Tournament, Fashion Contest, Jumping Puzzle Speedruns, Griffin, Beetle Showcase events, and much more. You know, so get involved with all of that good stuff. All right, we're gonna close this giveaway right now. Who's going to win the ghostly infusion? Let's see. Best stream for community building. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What's up, Pearl? How are you doing? Next round actually underway. Lion Pride, make sure you push your account in the stream chat below. Send you the gold right, or send you the infusion right after this. Looks like IQ actually gets stealth revealed over here, and WOP actually going to engage that, and we see them both coming out here, and Bubble coming out of IQ here to retaliate, and manages to actually catch maybe a player off guard. Not really anything coming out of that. Now another bubble coming out of IQ. And again, nothing from WOP. Of course, the Spellbreaker taking their time to get out of that. WOP getting caught. Of course, a bubble from there, and actually it prevents IQ from finishing that player.
Yeah, WOP now with 1 player down and also 1 player in illusion, so they need to be careful. But maybe they're just trying to or actually decide to go for the re-engage and catch 1 IQ player unaware. But the illusions now start to time out, and that's going to be more kills in favor of IQ. IQ actually taking this round after the illusions of WOP run out, and they get punished for engaging while the illusions were actually timing out. Risky play by WOP, I have to say. Like, you can go for an engage while you are illusion just to make sure that you get kills and the illusion gets cancelled. But in this case, it definitely did not work out. They did not have the HP, they did not have the cooldowns. They should have just ran out and disengaged and tried to hand res the illusions as they are timing out. Instead, they go for the more risky play and they get punished for it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, obviously. It's. I think they were a little confident. Maybe they could have made something out of that second engagement. Of course, with the timed illusion, there's not much they can do, because of course once it runs out, they are going to struggle with that player anymore, right? No longer being a factor. So yeah, interesting play, but I feel like they could have tried or something to get that done. Of course, very smart move of them when they actually had their, I believe, Spellbreaker in the down state, and IQ was going to try and finish that Spellbreaker. Of course, WOP placing a defensive bubble to actually prevent any IQ players from getting to that player, and they managed to res him up. Of course, the Scrapper already on WOP's side was already down and killed. And unfortunately, the next one was illusioned and confirms the kill for IQ. All right, congratulations, Lion Pride, on your win. And see for Yeah, it looks like they are going to go for the next round. Of course, there's the stealth, and we'll see if anything comes up here. WHOP now losing most of the recent matches in this round, so we'll see.
So that actually reveals being landed on WHOP, so IQ knows their position. IQ also out of stealth. WHOP going for the re-stealth with gyros now, trying to get a engage on top of IQ, and IQ actually having some players getting caught here. The Scrapper maybe getting pulled in a little bit, but he does manage to get out with the stun breaks, and now IQ going for the engage here. Will there be a bubble? Actually, it's a WHOP bubble, and actually a trade for bubbles. WHOP now trying to chase around the bubble and going for the re-engage here. Actually catching 2 players here. One gets finished off, the other one might get rezzed. He's still in the downset. And there's actually a lot of cleave coming down, and now actually 2 players of IQ confirmed dead. So very definitive advantage of WHOP. I think they will go for 1 more kill, and that should be the round in favor of WHOP. The Scrapper does go down. They do get a res up, but he goes down in short immediately.
And I think that will confirm the round right there. WHOP actually taking back their win in quick fashion in this round.
Yeah, WHOP just basically playing very aggressive and just pressing W into IQ, and it works out in this particular round.
All right, let's open up the next giveaway. Snow Diamond Infusion. If you can give me a moment, ladies and gentlemen, do not enter yet because it's not yet done. Snow Diamond Infusion. All right, giveaway is officially underway. Bubbles, thank you so much for the Twitch raid. Let's go right on time for a giveaway. A Snow Diamond giveaway, must I say. I got a shout out, but you know what? I will do another shout out in a bit. If you're just coming over from Paul's stream, welcome. Hope you enjoyed your stream with Bubbles. We are doing some skirmishes right now between WHOP and IQ, 2 big players in this tournament. Big favorites to win, of course, in the group stages. This is not an official GVG matchup. This is just a skirmish. We've actually done all the matches for today, so now we're just having some fun with some skirmishes. Snow Diamond Infusion is on the line. Make sure you're following the stream. If you are not following the stream, you cannot enter this giveaway. So if you'd like to enter and possibly win some of these infusions, Snow Diamond Infusion right now is on the line. Make sure you follow the stream. And of course, if you'd like the times to subscribe and be a legendary gem. If you are interested, this is some guild vs guild gaming, a 15 vs 15 game mode that's played on a deathmatch style. Of course, the way to win, of course, get as many kills on the other team as possible until the other team calls a loss. And we're just now enjoying our time here in this stream right here with some skirmishes. And I will actually, once the chat slows down a bit, I'm going to do another shout out for Pubbles. So for those people who are not familiar with Pubbles, you can go follow them as well if you enjoy their content. So much appreciated for the raid once again. Now IQ and WHOP here. Of course, Bubble coming up from IQ manages to actually catch multiple players on WHOP side. The Scourge very almost targeted over there, actually manages to recover. And IQ, you gotta be careful. They're actually overextending over here. Not what you want to do here. That Daredevil extended, and WHOP won't be able to punish them, of course. Very lucky for them.
Bit of focus from WHOP on the single targets now, but IQ going for a bubble here. Actually catching Renegades in the middle of it. Renegade does get out with a good stun break. IQ with a bit of pressure advantage though, as they keep catching a couple of WHOP players here. WHOP needs to go do something to turn around, and actually one WHOP player goes and downstairs was a Soul Beast. So we does get rezzed up, so no kills yet.
Oh, they actually managed to get a pull on, I believe that was a Daredevil from their side, and IQ wasn't able to finish that up. Again getting pulled up here, and then now they're going to maybe shift their focus on one of these players here. The Spellbreaker actually still in heavy health, and actually was in the middle of the IQ squad over here. Nothing coming out of that.
Spellbreaker did get illusion, so he needs to be careful not to overextend too much now. A couple of WHOP players actually getting caught inside the spike of IQ, and actually Soul Beast did get finished off. But now the illusions start to time out for IQ, and they need to be quick on the revival, otherwise they will start losing these players. One downstate here, and IQ actually splitting on the push of WHOP. Very good push coming in from WHOP now. Lots of damage being landed, but actually no kills confirmed from it.
And the bubbles actually will be close to getting ready to be put up again here, and then we'll see maybe a bubble coming out of either side at any moment here, maybe for the next counter engage. And bubble does come actually come out here. It does not do much on WHOP's side. Tries to catch some players off guard here, but nothing coming out of that. Of course, now WHOP has to be careful. IQ has their own bubbles ready to throw in.
I think WHOP with maybe a bit of a pressure advantage here, taking control of the center here.
Actually gets to kill the
Trying to run
renegade.
down
I believe that was the
now.
renegade of IQ getting killed off here. So I mean, WHOP is actually ahead on the kills. Now IQ with their own bubble on top of WHOP and see if they can try and get anything out of this. They managed to get a pull, but not in time when the bubble actually goes out.
A bit of a missed coordination here, but still a very close round. IQ being down only one player can still make something happen easily here if they manage to land good coordinated spike. And they're going for it, trying to hit the tail of WHOP. As WHOP kind of walks out of it. The support is good, and yeah, IQ push didn't really work out into anything, and now WHOP goes for the re-engage. Tries to find the targets here, and actually it's good to see landing on some IQ players. So IQ a little bit split, they need to regroup. But WHOP is keeping up the continuous pressure here. And I believe IQ might start cracking if they don't.
Next, because they're a little low, and yeah, they will target that. Actually, no, choosing to not continue that, and of course, WHOP now has to focus up on someone else here in this engagement, and they'll try and get something here. And I believe more bubbles at this point will start to go up again. I mean, we're already third round of bubbles underway here into this round.
Yeah, this round is going very slow. Maybe just a bit of a loss of damage here, but IQ actually down 2 players now. I think they will start losing over time if they don't really do anything. Good bubble here, actually landing on 1 or 2 of the IQ players, and actually one of them will get finished off here. Another one is very split off. Necro dead for IQ, it would seem.
And it looks like WHOP will actually take this round back in their favor, and IQ needs to be very careful now. I'm very split up here, and actually they might at any moment lose here. I mean, WHOP actually killing more players, and of course now IQ finally calls the round. WHOP actually taking back the win in this round.
Very good fight by WHOP. Relying a little bit heavily on the single target focus, but otherwise, the sustain was pretty good. IQ managed to get down good pushes, but WHOP always just kind of managed to brush it off.
Yeah, I mean, IQ a little bit too much of overextensions, of course. I believe that's actually going to be called now. So I guess this skirmish is over from both teams, and very good back and forth. Of course, WHOP coming out ahead of the skirmish. Unless actually they are still going for more rounds. I'm not sure. It seems that they were going to call it, but I guess not. Maybe there's another round or two still. There's still more fight left in these teams.
These guys that want to win, they want to try hard, especially for this tournament. So they're going for as many scrims as they possibly can, just extending a little bit late into the after hours.
Yeah, of course, it's actually well past EU Prime at this point. We are actually getting into closer to NA's time zone. I mean, NA Prime about to start in about an hour from now, so EU is actually very much trying to get as many games, like you said. I mean, the more practice, the better, right? I mean, perfect your strategy. And of course, now the next stealth happens. More rounds underway from WHOP and IQ. And let's see what happens with this upcoming round.
Stealth coming out on both sides, and IQ actually being revealed. WHOP going for the engage here. They do get a jump on IQ, and actually one IQ player caught here in the spike. It's a Scourge. Does get Tempest Signet up again, but instantly focused down again. The pressure is continuous on top of the Scourge. Actually does get out with good single target support, but I assume the pressure will just continue on the target, and actually good spike here from WHOP, locking down many players here. And now the Guardian might get finished
getting
here.
Caught up and actually might end up going down if they're not supported properly. IQ able to actually keep that firebrand up, and the Lich coming out of WHOP, and we'll see if they can get focused on anything from that. And WHOP now regrouping a little bit, and IQ actually trying to still catch the tail end of WHOP, and WHOP of course trying to dodge out of that. See if anything comes out.
2 down states actually. 2 downstairs from WHOP, but they get instantly rested by the illusion, so very nice by the WHOP Mesmer. Now IQ pushing in with a bubble, actually WHOP pushing in with a bubble, and they catch another IQ player. It's a Guardian again, the same Guardian that went down earlier, and now he finally gets finished off. There's a Scrapper down on WHOP side though. The counter bomb from IQ is good, but not good enough because the Scrapper does manage to get revived, and now WHOP with 1 player advantage. Let's see if they can make it into a victory.
They keep the pressure on the Scrapper and actually almost catch the Scrapper. I think they were stealthed up. So the Scrapper might be still alive over here. And yeah, IQ need to be careful now. WHOP, of course, trying to get ready for their next engagement. Of course, and IQ now need to be careful because WHOP coming in with their own bubble and doesn't catch anyone off guard from IQ. But IQ, of course, a little bit more split up here. And multiple of their players can get targeted by WHOP.
I'm not trying to finalize this battle, but IQ is not going to give it to them for free. However, this bubble from IQ was a little bit wasted, and they are losing a Scourge now. So one Scourge down for IQ. I think they're just losing too many players at this point. One more player down in the backside. There's actually two players down. They will get banished by the Tempest Tornadoes and finished off. Yeah, one player got finished off from IQ. The other one got rest up. So what now with a 3-player advantage, trying to finalize this fight, and actually IQ trying to disengage with Gyro Stealth. It's not going to be enough as the composition starts cracking.
The round is called in favor of WHOP, and yeah, IQ kind of breaking up in this round. A little too many mistakes from their end, and maybe too many attempts to try and do so much, but of course not coming up with anything to finish up this round in their favor. And of course, I believe they're going to call it right there. WHOP taking the win for this skirmish over here.
Very nice to see. IQ is winning some rounds, but WHOP is definitely the stronger team of the two still at this point in time. You know, it's close scrims. It's nice to see very competitive fights.
Definitely, for sure. All right, well, that is that for IQ and WHOP, and that will conclude actually the GVGs for today, at least. Today, I don't think there'll be any more scheduled. Of course, this is getting very late for EU, so we won't see many guilds anymore practicing right now. But of course, we'll still be back here tomorrow, and of course, we can start to look at maybe the group stage brackets now and kind of get an idea of what's going on in each group stage. So let me pull up the group stage for EU, and let's talk about that. We got in, we go to the standings over here. In Group A, DT with 3 wins, of course, on their end. WHOP with 2 wins on their end. My Baguette Will Never Die, of course, with 1 win and actually 1 loss. This should be updated soon in a bit. So, of course, Pain is at 1-1. 613, of course, at right now 2 and 2 actually, right? So they've already lost once, and they lost to pretty much PMA. So this should be a 2 loss for SOT, and of course a win against Pain. Why Aren't You More POA takes a win here. Of course, their scores are already updated. They should be 2-2 here. Of course, these teams in this bracket actually have a bye-free win because one of the teams that was scheduled to be in their group was actually forfeited before the tournament even started. Group B, of course, we should start to see something coming out of Group B soon. We have right here Close Combat, of course, with a win. I believe this group also has a, if I can just go back, participants or the overview. Wait, I'm messing up. Group B actually had some things taking place. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, no, there's only Group A actually has a bye match. So Group B, Close Combat taking a win over there in their round. WOA taking a win. Justin Blood takes a win. Beam takes, wait, what? Where's the losses here? Invictum, INV actually lost all their games here in Group B. 5-0.
Yeah, I believe that's also because they dropped out of the tournament and so forfeited all their matches.
Ah, they also dropped out. Oh, right. They actually dropped out as well at the start of the tournament, already when it's seeded. So that was unfortunate. So actually, yeah, this group stage has yet to actually officially start. We won't see any of these games soon. Maybe tomorrow we'll see the match spreadsheet. That's unfortunate. So this did not actually happen, of course. Yes, they just had to forfeit. So unfortunately, they were already seeded in. And of course, when they forfeited, we just had to make them lose all their matches. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so tomorrow there will be no matches. In fact, the matches will resume on the 6th.
Yes, I believe 4th and 5th, yeah, don't have any matches. So what we'll do is we'll see if we can catch one of the NA standings tomorrow. Of course, it'll be difficult for me, but I might have to, change my sleep schedule. Of course, I can actually do this early on just because I actually do have leave from work. So I won't be able to do this, of course, in the regional finals entirely, but we'll see. Of course, I am here for the EU side of the games. Hopefully, can catch as well some of the NA regionals. So Group C, we got Inc. Hard Engage actually with a win. Of course, they did lose today to XV, so this should be updated to a loss here. So it's a 1-1. XV is actually at a 2-0 win. So you have DC, of course, I believe also with a 1-0 or 1-1, I think, for DC. Beer Union is at 1. Rude is at 1, and then Ilona EA is at 1. So should be able to see some more updates here soon. Matches will probably be updated later at the end of the day. And for the 6th, because yeah, there are no matches scheduled right now for 4th and 5th, we have Hard Engage versus DC. Actually, no, this should be accurate. Yes, DC's next match is against Inc. We'll see that on the 6th. This will start at actually 2 p.m. EST. And then Raptors versus Global INT will start at 3 p.m. EST. Incendiary, which is IY versus Need No Name, will start at also 3 p.m. EST, of course, from a different group bracket. We got Close Combat and Salty Legends that will also take place on the 6th at 3 p.m. EST. And one more match, Foolish versus Beer Union, taking place as well on the 6th at 3 p.m. EST. So multiple matches scheduled at 3 p.m. We won't be able to call all these matches, unfortunately. We'll see how that happens. And of course, some of these games might end up being pushed a little bit further later because not all games can actually be done in the same instance. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm thinking actually we should probably watch Inc. against DC. Of course, this is the only match Planet 8, so that will be easy for us to catch. Then maybe at 9 we can go for Close Combat against Salty Legends.
Yeah, that should actually
I think this is also a match that might be quite equal.
Yeah, definitely. And then of course, we'll see if any of these matches get rescheduled. We actually do have Need No Name versus Raptors at I believe 4 p.m. So I mean, we'll try and catch that one as well. So we have basically 3 games lined up for us on the 6th to go and possibly cast. I do believe it'll be difficult for some of these guilds to compete in the same time. So we'll have to see if there's multiple instances that can be opened. We'll have to see. Of course, after that, the 7th, we also have more games on the 7th scheduled. So very packed schedule over here. Over on the NA for tomorrow, I actually, for today, there are no matches done, or Requiem and got actually scheduled their matches already. Today, they actually took place. So that is already finished. That is already done. Requiem actually taking the win over Gal here. We got Wagyu Steak versus BP Borderless Pumpers on the 5th. So no matches scheduled on the 4th for NA, but of course 5th they will have some matches. Can Cherry Pick versus Apocalypse as well. And then on the 6th, the same day as the next set of matches for the EU side, we got Strike Force versus Apocalypse. We do have ISOP versus Borderless Pumpers and Gal versus BP. And of course, MM, Nudica's Guild versus Now. So multiple matches actually scheduled. And MM is actually pulling double duty. Midnight Mafia, Nudica's Guild, double duty against Watch Me Triple C here as well. So multiple matches scheduled on the 5th and 6th. We'll see how that goes. Of course, Sequence with Cherry Pick. A lot of games actually scheduled on the 6th on the NA side. Of course, a lot of organization going through. So we'll start to see some people maybe cast some of those games. So that is that. And of course, we'll see here the standings right now for the participants. Actually, if we can go to the brackets one more time, just to confirm, there's actually no buy. Actually, NA actually has complete perfect synergy with their games. Of course, RQM taking the win, ISOP taking the win here. Of course, losses for Gal, multiple losses here, 2 losses. See if they can try and make any comeback out of that. Of course, much easier for boys and RQM. Sequence here, of course, already taking the win. Can Cherry Pick taking the win. We'll see how the other guilds fare in Group A and B on the NA standings. So that is a lot of games scheduled up. Interesting to see how that turns up. Of course, month-long tournament of matches, a lot of games to get through, about 100 games, if not more, planned for this tournament. NA 2 groups only? Yes, NA was only able to get 12 guilds in. Of course, there's more competition on the EU side. This is also, we were talking about Teapot when he's asking us which region is more strong, more powerful, and we do believe EU is the more powerful region in this point of view. How do you get this point of view inside this matchup? Yeah, it's a new feature that ANET introduced. So basically, now the arena has basically become a proper instanced arena where you can basically pick your teams. You can pick red team, blue team, and then you can also now pick to spectate, and then of course spectate is here. And then of course, if you want to fly and transform, you just got to do this: flying, transform, and it takes you here. And then of course, you can now finally spectate from this side. So very good, of course. All right, Garfield, do you have any last minute things to say to the stream before we head off from the arena over here?
Not really. I mean, we've seen some good matches today. I think the PMA against SOT match was really nice to watch. More of these close sort of GVGs are to come in the tournament, guys. I think on Sunday we will see some good action. So tune in for that on Sunday.
Definitely. And of course, if you guys are interested in maybe, you know, I don't know if there is, but there's this little thing called merchandise that we have, by the way. If you want to get some of your merch, your GVG Police merchandise, all you got to do is go to this side, go to this part of the stream here, over here, Guild MM store, and then click over this, and yeah, get your own Champions of the Mist t-shirts over here. Look at that, with the proper logo and everything, and get involved with this, right? Get your own Champions of the Mist t-shirt. There's some rigged and AFK rerolls, of course, very relevant to this stream specifically, but of course if you want also a mouse pad, look at that Champions of the Mist mouse pad, lovely mouse pad right there. If you'd like any of that, of course, head over to the store and purchase one, and you too can have your extreme gaming and support the GVG scene over here. So GVG Police mug, of course, if you want to be part of the police force, make sure you get a mug, and if you want, you can also get your own GVG Police t-shirt as well, with its own logo as well. Look at that, look at that. You love to see the merchandise over here, so get involved, and if you want to be part of our police force, get your own merchandise. All right, we're gonna swap the scene back over here. Actually, a duel going over here. All right, exclamation point rig, guys, for a Snow Diamond Infusion. We actually do have a Snow Diamond Infusion on the line here. Snow Diamond Infusion, we're gonna give it away in about 1 minute. If you have not entered the giveaway, now is your last chance to enter. 1 more minute. Make sure you're following the stream, because you have to follow the stream to actually enter these giveaways. Of course, supports the stream as well. We are actually trying to get to 10,000 followers on Twitch. Also, we do have a YouTube channel. Of course, you're welcome to subscribe to all the other socials. Of course, gonna close the giveaway now in just about under a minute. Actually, only about 15 more seconds now left for you to enter. So make sure you enter. All right, and we're actually closing this giveaway right now. All right, Kinder, congratulations on the win, or Kinders. That's Kinders, maybe. Make sure to put your account in the stream chat below. AFK, well, they may be AFK. Kinders, if you are here and you'd like to still be get your Snow Diamond Infusion, yeah, all you gotta do is put your account ID. If you need more time to put your account ID,